We Are Libertarians Network. Learn more at wearelibertarians.com.
Welcome to Hog of Liberty podcast. This is episode number 446 of East Central's favorite podcast. Jeremiah Morrill here, joined by executive video producer, audio engineer, Mr. Zach Burcham, a man that works for chocolate milk and enjoys a nice puzzle when he sits down at the desk. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, no, there's no chocolate milk here.
No, but your t-shirt says so.
Yeah, I run for chocolate milk. I don't get paid crap with chocolate milk.
No, in fact, your Patreon snack is over here, and Mason's still chowing down on it. He never passed it over to you.
What is your favorite chocolate milk?
Kroger.
Oh, by far. I don't even know why I asked.
There's no other. Nothing else even compares.
No.
The normal, like just the normal low fat is pretty good. If you want like the whole, which I don't allow myself to drink very often, is like just straight chocolate ice cream melted down.
Yeah.
Kroger is the standard.
Nothing allowed is in my house if it's not Kroger chocolate.
Just before we went on the air, I chastised Mason for not paying attention to the show and listening to it, knowing what the hell's been going on around here for the last year or so. And you can tell he doesn't, because he doesn't know the rhythm of how we introduce people or any of this stuff.
Oh,
he just starts.
He's just bold and chest.
Yeah, just jumping in. Mason Rottinghouse, welcome to the show. Welcome back. Your first appearance on this show was when you called in from Purdue University, or you had been at Purdue and maybe you came home.
No, I came home.
And you appeared in Dakota's spare bedroom back on, this had to be circa 2017, 2018.
No, I don't think it was in the bedroom. I think you'd freshly moved here.
I don't think we were here yet.
I don't remember.
When were you a freshman? When did you graduate high school?
2018.
2018.
Yeah, I think you
So
were
it's
here.
been like March of 2018. Maybe we were still there.
Okay.
Anyway, welcome back. It's been 8 years.
I was here like a couple months ago.
Bones Harcourt,
Howdy.
you're here in the studio for the second time this week.
Yeah, I feel like I kind of live in Newcastle now.
We can find you a place to buy.
No, thank you.
And then we have a featured guest today. It's Mason's also a featured guest. He was taking the co-host thing away, and he's a featured guest tonight. Because he's been on a world tour. We're going to get into that in the back end of the show. And then Kaleb Buchanan is here. It's his first time on the podcast. And he is going to be representing himself as the Knightstown Fire Dept Public Information Officer.
Yep.
That's your official title, and then we're going to chat about whatever
we'll
else.
get into it.
All right, that's the plan. We're going to talk about Knightstown, the fire department, how that operates, what they cover, how a local fire department actually works. Knightstown's been in the news a lot, so I think it's really good timing to chat them up and get the scoop on what's actually happening in the Knightstown Chatter Facebook group. Mason Rottinghouse is you've been on tour with Luke Combs, but Luke's been making more money than you in this thing.
Yeah, by far. I think.
I'd say he's been doing better. And then we're going to wrap things up with sports. Normally we put sports on the end just to have something fun because we've been talking too much politics, but this isn't going to be that bad today. But we got a little bit on the NBA Finals. We got to talk about the IndyCar race that happened in the middle of the night on Sunday. And then the Europeans are taking over America for the World Cup. So that's the plan. This show is about our lives in rural Indiana. We're here to push your boundaries and make you think as individuals. Sometimes we'll provoke you, other times we'll make you laugh, but hopefully you'll always learn something new. Just did ourselves a nice 20-some minute Patreon over on patreon.com/Hog of Liberty. It's live streamed to a Facebook group that you get access to if you join.
And YouTube.
And well, the Patreon is in Facebook only.
Yes, yeah.
You got to get in that Facebook group, and that gets you the show notes. It gets you some extra interaction with us. Maybe a little picture of what the snack was that we tried out.
Maybe a body part we may have talked about.
You never know.
Never.
That episode was brought to you by Coke Zero.
Yes.
If somebody is a $50 or more a month person, they get a special shout out at the top of the show by Mr. Bones.
By me.
Now, last week we had such a good commercial presence that I think we probably should just give up and never try it again.
Okay.
Because the rhythm was perfect. But Zach doesn't have it, so we have to. He doesn't have it queued up. So we're going to have to do it again.
Okay.
All right. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
So those people are Jonathan Phillips over at Ed Martin Honda in Indianapolis. You need to go on a road trip. You need to see a big touring star like someone else did in this room. You need a reliable car. Jonathan Phillips, your man. You see the shirts that me and Jeremiah are wearing? Those were brought to you by Varsity Outfitters. making everyone look good.
Custom screen printing, embroidery, whatever you need.
Whatever you need
They
to
do-
make on a shirt, a hat, pair of pants, shoes.
They do all my work shirts.
Blake Reese is your man.
Yep. And if you got that Newcastle card, you have one of the Newcastle cards?
I do not.
You look on the back of it, they're community supporters too.
Oh,
10% off down there if you show that card.
just amazing
They're
people. down there.
awesome.
Yeah. Speaking of amazing person, Tommy Oaks is your man on wheels. If you need a house on wheels for this summer,
Can't believe Mason wasn't rolling around in an RV from Tommy Oaks, touring the country.
I mean, if you're going to tour like Mason did, you kind of need an RV or a little Volkswagen van or something like that.
No. No. Tried it once, not doing it again.
Don't go pissing on the sponsors. Be nice.
But unfortunately, death is always around us. If your loved ones that have passed and their headstones need a little polishing up, Floral Monument Cleaning, she's your gal for that service.
You know, it doesn't have to be a dead person's monument. It could just be a monument.
Oh, I never thought about that.
There are lots of monuments that aren't for dead people.
Like
Yeah.
the Doughboy.
War memorials.
Say it.
Did she put a bid in for the reflecting pools?
You know, I don't know that she was solicited.
That's unfortunate. I bet she could have given them a real good deal.
Yeah.
She would have put Pops to work.
A lot less than 14 million.
But you
I
know
bet.
what would have been look really cool going around that what's it called?
The National Mall.
National Mall. A Pops Recycle
Ooh,
bicycle.
a Schwinn.
A Schwinn. Making that Schwinn new again.
You know, I got the camper, and I have the trade name is the jacket. Zach knows where this is going. I have the jacket bike carrier that goes above your jack on the camper.
Okay.
Carries two of my Schwinns to every campground I go to.
Very nice. Were those Schwinns brought to you by Pops Recycle?
They were.
Very
They are Pops bikes, and they do a fine job.
They do.
So very good. I think this wasn't as good as last week.
No.
But it was closely because Mason didn't go yes, and it's his fault.
Yes.
Much like his Coke Zero problem is my fault. If this was subpar, Caleb, how'd we do? Do okay.
I thought it was great.
All right,
I
good.
loved it.
All right. If you got any dead people, you know who to
They
call.
don't need cleans.
They don't clean the dead people, just the monuments. That's important. That's the disclaimer that they did have to make you
Yep.
say.
Mhm.
It's in the contract.
For legal reasons, she will not clean dead people.
All right, Kaleb Buchanan. Let's get to know you a little bit. You're semi-local.
Yeah.
Did you grow up with Mason?
Yeah.
Did you guys play baseball together?
Yeah. And against each other for
And-
a long time.
All right. Who had a better arm?
He probably had a better arm. We had a better team.
He was a lot faster than me
All right.
by far.
He played for Tri and you played for Knightstown,
Yeah.
for
Yep.
Knightstown. All right. So you graduated, you went off to school. Did you get EMT certified as well?
Yeah. I got EMT certified in high school, then went off to college. Vincennes, was down there for 2 years, got my associates in fire science, which was fun. But if I get pensioned off the job, I don't know what job I'm going to get with the fire science degree, but it was fun. I mean, cool. It lasted. And then I came back and I went to paramedic school up at St. Vincent's. We were the last class before Ascension took it over and defunded EMS education. So I got my paramedic license there at the end of 2020, started practicing as a paramedic in 2021.
So your day job, and this is a lot of this, the background you have is the same as my brother-in-law has, who's on 3 different fire departments. So I wanted to have you on and paint the picture for how a lot of the fire services happen
Mhm.
for our local communities. You are a member of 2 different departments.
Yep.
So professionally, you are with Bargersville
Yeah.
in Johnson County.
Yep.
And then you also serve Wayne Township, which is the Knightstown Fire
Yeah.
Department. Tell me about how that department operates.
So Knightstown Volunteer Fire, Wayne Township, we're completely a volunteer department. There's no paid, there's no part-time, there's nothing. It is just like how
Do
it's
it for
always
the
been.
love of it.
We do it for the people, do it for the community. It's completely volunteer. We have about 22 members on right now. And pretty much if you're home and your pager goes off, or really a lot of it comes through our phones now, we have an app that will send the dispatch. If you're available, you're at home, you get in your car, you drive to the fire station, grab your gear, and you get on the truck and
You turn
go-
out.
Yeah, you go wherever they're calling you to.
So how do you decide, how do folks decide that they want to get involved? I guess we'll start there.
So I'll tell you, my dad was on for 15 years. So I grew up around there. I used to chase him around on my bicycle and put on fire gear and ride to the scenes like I was going to do something. And volunteerism is not the same as what it was. It is just, it's not the same. Everybody volunteer wise is hurting for people, hurting to get trucks out the door, hurting to get trucks filled. So really, if you have interest and you live within our service district, which is Knightstown or Wayne Township, to put in an application. And what happens, we'll review your application. We'll have you come in for an interview with 5 guys that's on an interview committee. And basically what they do is they go over, we have bylaws, go over, hey, these are the bylaws. You got to follow, got to meet this many runs per year. You got to meet this training requirement. You've got to, meet these certain things. And if they, you interview well and they get a good vibe out of you, and we'll bring it to the membership, and the membership will vote yes or no on if we're going to put somebody on. So really no limits. Obviously we're held to a high standard. You get in trouble and you're on the fire department, the first things on the news is Knightstown fireman does this, so, you're going to be held to a standard just like anywhere else with any public safety. And I think any job in general, just public safety is more in the public eye. You're being watched a lot closer than, somebody else is. So you got to be held to a high standard. We'll vote you on, and you don't have to have any training. You don't have to, you never,
you don't need a fire service degree. You don't need to be a fireman somewhere else.
Nothing.
You don't even have to know what fire looks like.
You haven't even seen a fire before, man. We will teach you. We'll send you the classes if you want to take, and get your firefighter 1 and 2 certification. That's something that full-time firemen have to be on the fire department. We will support you through it. You take the class, you pass it, we'll reimburse you. We will teach you everything. We have in-house training. Before you even are clear to go on a run, we'll do onboarding training, go through the trucks, the equipment, the air packs, everything. Make sure you understand and feel comfortable with it.
Night and danger as you're turning out.
Right. So it's pretty, on the outside looking in, it's like, I don't know if I could do that. But really, it's not a sprint, man. We're going to walk before we jog. We're going to jog before we run, to get you ready to go.
So tell me about the department. Knightstown is growing as a community, and there's a lot of investment that's looking like it's coming towards Knightstown. How many fire trucks, what kind of vehicles, equipment, that kind of stuff?
So we have 5 fire trucks. We just got a brand new engine, replaced the 1985 engine. We just brought a brand new Spartan engine. We have 5 trucks. So we have 2 engines. We have a tanker, which when you think of a tanker, it's just pretty much like a water truck that runs water. We have a rescue truck. It's a toolbox on wheels, man. It has everything. You hear the jaws of life, what you cut cars open with, stuff like that. We have that on it, but we also have a literal toolbox on that fire truck with every tool you can need. Then we have a grass rig. So just pretty much a pickup truck with a pump mounted on the back of it that we can take off into fields and stuff if we have a field fire.
Does it carry water? Or does it not? Or it'll pump off the truck?
Yeah, it carries 250 gallons of water. So it goes fast, but hopefully with a field fire, it's not like a house, we knock down quite a bit with that before we have to fill it up.
Very good. So you guys deal with fires, obviously, as they happen. But you're also responding a lot to State Road 109 and I-70 run through right through the heart of your service territory. How much of your activity is, hey, something just happened out on the interstate, now you're dealing with it?
Man, we live on I-70. We live at Love's Truck Stop. We live out there on the Speedway. We're out there a lot. I mean, I could pull the numbers. I'd have to pull the numbers. But I would say at least probably 30% of our calls come from the 109 I-70 corridor. We're out there quite a bit. I mean, it is, I think they went out there today, actually, 109 and 70. And I believe yesterday we went out there too. I mean, it's very frequent that we're out there, whether it's an accident or a medical emergency out there at the truck stop, or even we get sent out to Love's quite often for gas odors. They run propane and stuff and they get leaks, and we run out there quite a bit for that type of stuff.
So you guys are gas plumbers too?
Yeah, we do a little bit of everything.
Probably should just start parking the truck out there.
Yeah, I know. That's what I say, man. We need like a triage sitting out there because we go out there a lot.
Well, I think in some of the data center hearings, they actually talked about being willing to locate fire or EMS out out on their campus back when they were going through the interview process. So it's fire. You said you have EMT certification.
Yeah.
You guys don't operate ambulances as the fire department.
We don't. So we are what's considered a BLS non-transport. So the ambulances like that Newcastle EMS runs, they're ALS transport, advanced life support. We run on a BLS level, so basic life support, so EMTs, emergency medical responders. So we don't transport to the hospital, but we will any run. I mean, if there's a run in Knightstown, we're going to get dispatched on it. We're going to go. Newcastle's coming. We're going to go ahead and get there and start care, start stabilizing, do whatever we have to do.
Newcastle's coming with ambulances, and
Correct.
you guys are going to be the first on the scene, likely.
We'll be the first ones there. Like, if it's a cardiac arrest, we're going to be there doing chest compressions and working on the patient, or bleeding or difficulty breathing. We're going to go ahead and start treating the patient. We have the equipment to do it. We don't have everything that Newcastle has because they're an ALS service, but we have the equipment to at least start stabilizing and getting you to a place to where when the ambulance gets there, we can load you up and then get you where you need to go.
Very good. So you got the new fire truck. How does that come to be? That can't be easy.
Yeah.
To just fire trucks are $250,000, $500,000, right?
They're a brand new fire truck today you're going to pay at minimum probably $1 million.
$1 million. All right.
Probably $1 million. That has been a work in progress. Been a couple years of looking and talking to different dealers and specs and looking at what we want to do and work with the fire board. Because our governing body is Wayne Township. So the trustee, we're not ran by the town of Knightstown. We protect the town, cover the town, but we are a township department.
So the township trustee and the 3 town advisory board members,
correct,
who are all up for election this fall, by the way. Those are the folks that guide or oversee your department.
They're our fire board. So they have a monthly meeting with the fire chief or anybody that wants to come to the fire board meeting, and he'll basically our fire chief will give a briefing like, hey, this is what's going on. This is the expenses for the month. This is, the training we did for months, how many runs we made this past month. So we kind of work hand in hand with them on big purchases. If it's anything significant amount of money, we take it through them and, hey, we're looking to do this. Is this okay? You guys good with this? No, yes. You want us to look other options. So with this fire truck that we just got, it was considered a demo truck. So we got it pretty quick from when we made the agreement with Hoosier Fire to buy it. We, I think, made the agreement in late October, and we just got it in April. So pretty quick turnaround. I mean, getting a new fire truck, you're looking at earliest a year to get it. I mean, it's a process to get. So this was a demo truck. So it was already built, but it was for sale. It wasn't operating. It wasn't being ran by a different department. So we went through all that process. We found a demo truck that we thought was going to fit us best and be able to serve all our needs that we need, and went through with it, got it. And so now we're kind of in the process of getting all the equipment. Sometimes when you buy a new fire truck, you can buy it fully outfitted with the equipment. With this being a demo truck, we didn't do that. So we had to buy, the hose to go on it, the tools that we're going to use and carry on that truck. So all that stuff's coming in now. It's just like buying a fire truck. It takes time for that stuff to come in. And so we're working now on getting all that stuff mounted, getting it placed on the truck so we can put it in service and start taking runs with it.
The other runs you guys get into is if, say, you have a hurricane, not hurricane, God, that'd be a surprise.
That would be awesome.
A cat in a tree. No, a tornado, right? You have a tornado, straight line winds, whatever.
Yeah.
Trees knocked down. I assume you guys are turned out for that kind of thing.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
power lines.
Here's how it works, man. Someone calls 911, we're going. People call 911 for anything and everything. And one of my favorite sayings I've ever heard is when someone calls 911, they don't expect 4 idiots to get off the fire truck. They expect a brain surgeon, an astronaut. They expect the 4 best qualified people to get off that fire truck. They don't care about anything else. So whether you're calling for a cat problem, you call for, we've gone for power outage and people that are on oxygen and their oxygen machine's not working. They're like, I don't know what to do. So, our job is to, whatever you call for, we're going to show up and try and figure it out.
Try to lend assistance.
Yeah. If we can't figure it out, we're going to find somebody that can. So we'll go on medical calls, car crashes, house fires, vehicle fires, power lines down, gas odors. I mean, anything. Now there's runs like we had a trench rescue, say we had something like that, or a rope rescue. We're gonna have to call in mutually. We're gonna call in help. Like Hancock County, they have a rope rescue team. They have a tactical rescue team that would come down and assist us, but we're still going to be there and assist and at least start getting things set up for when they come in. It's a pretty smooth. They can just start rolling with it.
You got a water rescue on the Big Blue River.
Yeah.
You're calling
We're calling
the
in,
DNR.
we're calling in somebody to come in and help us with it. We'll do what we can, to mitigate it and do what we can to try and, get a rescue before they have to get down there. But, we don't have all the specialty rescue certs. Doesn't mean we're not going to show up. Doesn't mean we're not going to start working and doing what we can to solve the problem.
So obviously Knightstown's been in the news a lot in the last 6 months to a year. I guess the first time we had the data center conversation was last summer on this show. They're talking about putting in a big power plant, a big, in data centers, multiple buildings.
Right.
Are there fire suppression strategies, equipment that you guys might need to deal with something like that? Or is that on the radar and things that the community is talking about?
Yeah, that's something we've talked about as a department, kind of an officer corps, with, us 3 chiefs and then our lieutenants and captains. We've kind of been looking at that. Obviously it's not going to be put up tomorrow, but something that's super important to us also is if and when this goes in, that we work with the developers and the builders to make sure that we can be out there while they're building. We can kind of do some walkthroughs. What is your fire suppression system going to be? Because if that sucker goes up, I mean, I was there when the Walmart warehouse burnt in Plainfield.
Yep.
That was a long couple of days, So what I don't want as being the assistant fire chief is I don't want to get in that situation where we can at least mitigate it and stop it. And Plainfield, they did a great job. They were dealt really bad card. I mean, that with fire, I think was already above them. I mean, there's a documentary that just came out on it that gives a lot of good information about it. And those guys worked really hard at it.
That was a distribution center. It wasn't a Walmart. It was actually the
distribution center. But there's also lessons to learn from every incident you go on, whether it's ours or somebody else's. And something that's Plainfield's done really good is educating people about, hey, this is what went good. This is what didn't go so good. This is how we can do better. This is what, and we have to take that and implement it into our operations and how we operate, because we're going to operate differently than they do. You have Plainfield, Avon, Brownsburg, Wayne Township. We have all these full-time departments that are coming just like that. In Knightstown, we have really good mutual aid agreements. I mean, we work really good with Shirley. We work really good with Dunry, Spiceland, Charlottesville, all those guys. I mean, everyone that comes down this, we work well with. But
anybody you can't stand? It's like,
no, I get along.
Damn
with
Carthage.
I get along with everybody, man.
You have to break up fights between Spiceland and Dunry. There's rivalries.
We just if they start fighting, we're just like, hey, whatever, duke it out. But we work well with them, and that's the goal. I mean, like, we're there to do the same job. So if we have a problem, let's just address it after, not here in the front yard. But we work well with all of them. And so if that happens, we're going to be relying on,
everybody's helping.
Newcastle's probably bringing their ladder down. Greenfield's probably bringing their ladder down. Anderson, Pendleton, they're probably bringing their stuff down. So, looking at if that goes in and when that goes in is my main priority is, can we protect it? And are we up to speed on everything that's going on out here? The rest of it, I don't care about. Build it, don't build it. I just want to make sure if something happens, we can take care of it.
Rushville had a fire downtown a couple of years ago.
They did.
And they needed a ladder truck. And my brother-in-law had just bought one from the city of Cincinnati, and it was sitting in their driveway.
Did you take it?
And it went.
That's
Hell
awesome.
yeah.
It was in all the pictures, and they were like, "Where the hell did that ladder truck come from?" I was like, "Don't worry about it."
That's great.
How excited was he?
Oh,
This is my time. Like,
great.
they're like, we need a ladder truck, and he just looks and he's like, it's my time.
Yeah, the Posey Township Chiefs like, grab it.
Sweet. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a movie, dude. That's
Yeah.
like a
It
movie.
is.
Yeah,
It's like-
get to use my fire truck that was in the driveway.
Does he have has he made up his own volunteer fire department logo to put on the side?
That's what he needs. The
He
fourth
needs
fire
to.
department.
But just put his own, just come up with just name his own, his family fire department, and just
Just go.
and throw the badge on the side of it. Just make your own graphics and just I need it. Whatever. I'm here.
Who's gonna pull over a fire truck, right?
Yeah,
Mike's
it's-
who's gonna stop
yeah.
it?
That's
Just let it go.
Yeah, that's my favorite one. Is that they don't care where they come from.
That's hilarious.
Nobody's stopping
Just
you.
bring them. Can you
That
spray
is-
water? Great, get to work.
I genuinely want to hear what his thought was when he realized that yes, he was going to be bringing his personal fire truck to fight a fire.
Might be the happiest day of his
I
life.
know that's. I mean, like when you buy a fire truck, you kind of secretly hope that that's what happens.
Oh,
that
yeah,
like this will be useful.
absolutely.
But you don't think it actually will.
Well,
Yeah, that is like a movie. That's like a
for parades.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't have that anymore, does he?
No, you
I
sold
was
it.
going to say he's already flipped it. and
No,
got
that was a
rid of it.
demonstration. I think he sold it to a neighboring town and said, "You do need a ladder truck.
Hey,
Look,
I will say, I think Boss Hog of Liberty, we're selling the 85 engine. It's going to be closed bid. I think you should buy it.
we need a parade vehicle."
Yeah, we'll put the logo on it. If we get a fire, just bring it down.
Just-
I ain't going to ask no
I'll
questions.
Just-
drive to work
Bring
once
it.
a week.
Do it.
Just come down and be a hero.
Just come do it.
Why is this fire truck delivering my
Put a mobile
$30
broadcast
package?
studio.
Yeah.
Somebody else is supplying the steel for your bridge on the south side of town. Is that almost done?
Dude, I don't know. Every time I try to go
They-
out that way, I forget
they
that it's
didn't-
happening.
They didn't select me, so I don't have any.
How old's
updates
your
on
grass
this one.
truck?
Our grass truck we got that, I believe, in 18.
Okay,
It's
'cause
fairly new.
One of my favorite things with the volunteer fire departments is that they have
Vintage equipment from
they have
1973.
the most mint pickup trucks that you've ever seen in the
Oh,
county.
yeah.
And then they'll roll by. I remember, like, I forget one, because if you go to a county event and there's a parade, you really hope there's no fires, because most of the time all the volunteer
Every
fire
fire
departments are
truck's
there and
there.
they're rolling
No,
in their trucks.
They're all ready to go. They're closer
I
to
know
the
you have the
department now than
well,
they
it
ever
depends
would
on
be.
what township they're from and what
Yeah.
township they're in. And like they'll have like a Dodge Cummins, it's like from 92 or something like that. You're like, how many miles are on it? And they're like 22,000. It's probably a rough 22,000. It's been a lot of like, but the truck is immaculate. And you're like, man, people just waiting for those to fall. I mean, like, if I own an excursion, there's all kinds of ex fire department excursions, because like every fire chief evidently in like 2002, that's what they all run to roll in. So those pop up,
And
they
those
have-
are probably rust free. They've been
yeah, a
stored
lot of
inside.
they sit in garages and they
And they-
wash
and
them
they-
all
and
the
they
time,
get
and they're,
washed.
and they're well maintained. Yeah, a lot of them are in great shape. So
Yeah, that 85 engine, it is. I hate that we're getting rid of it. I love it. I mean, it is immaculate.
it's probably stupid simple to work on
It
it too,
is.
and easy to get
It
fixed.
is a beautiful fire truck. It's
Uh,
just
We'll make sure that that brother-in-law is aware of it, because he may
Yeah,
be
he might.
Yeah.
he very well may be a bidder.
yeah.
And then I'll just make him put a sticker on it for me. So as communities grow, we've talked about this on the show for a long time, that the growth of Indianapolis is continuing to come east, and the number of building permits that you've seen in Hancock County is
Yeah.
off the charts. Knightstown is next, right?
Yeah.
That's what's happened. That's where it looks like your growth is going to come, and you're going to start to see building permits and people building and the population growing. At what point do some of these rural fire departments start to become no longer volunteer and they start to go professional route where you've
Right.
got full-time people?
Yeah. You know, I think a lot of that depends on your budget and what you have coming in to be able to financially support that. It is something that, looking at Knightstown in the next 5 to 10 years, I truly, you know, speaking as just a citizen, I think it's going to have to happen, you know, but in order for that to happen, you need to be ahead of it and be ready for it. You know, you don't want it to happen. You get caught with your pants down. You're not ready for it. You know, my view on Knightstown, I've been around that department for 26 years since I was born, and it has changed, and it's going to continue to change. And if you are not progressively getting ready for that change, you're going to get caught. You know, you're going to be on the back burner. And I think within the next 5 to 10 years, you know, it's going to have to be something that's looked at and considered, because it gets busier and busier. I mean, 10 years ago, they were making 250, 300 runs a year. We're clearing almost 600 a year now. You know, it's growing. And, you know, Knightstown and Wayne Township keep us busy. You know, they really do. But we also, if there's a fire in Dunreath, we're going. There's fire in Charlottesville, Shirley, depending on the side of Charlottesville, we're probably going. You know, I mean, we're rolling out, but that doesn't mean that the emergencies in Knightstown stop. You know, if we're out in Dunreath and we get another run, hopefully someone's around to grab a truck and go on that run, because if not, someone's gonna be sitting there waiting. And we're pretty good. I will say we're pretty good about getting trucks out the door and getting on runs when we have multiple at the same time. And it even happens now in Knightstown. We'll have a run on one side of town, then we have another one on the other side, comes out 2 minutes later, and we get the trucks out the door and we get out there, and our people do a really good job. You don't have to worry about it. But with the growth and just how fast things are moving, like I said, everything's moving this way with the building permits in Hancock County. It's eventually Hancock County is going to fill up. They're going to have to move, further east, and we're going to have to make sure we're ready for that. And I think that as a department and with our township and our fire board, they do a pretty good job of staying on top of that stuff, and really looking at it and having honest conversations. You know, it's easy to just say what you want to hear, but sometimes you got to have hard conversations about things and address things. And that's something that, you know, I can say that in my experience, I've been on for 6 years now. There's always that open door communication, you know, but it's up to somebody to take advantage of it. If you don't, I can't have a conversation with you about it.
So tell me about the recruitment side. You know, right? You're a family legacy, right? And like a lot of folks, my father was on a fire department. My brother-in-law is. My grandfather was a fire chief in New York State.
What happened to you?
I started. Well, I live in an area with professional firemen, and I've got a podcast and a day job that takes me to Pittsburgh.
Does Newcastle not have a volunteer?
No, they're pros here. They're professionals.
Well, Rushville's, they have a professional and a volunteer.
And they do.
staff.
They have both.
Doubled up.
They do.
Man, well, you guys just piss away tax dollars left and right, don't you?
Somewhat.
I didn't realize you had both.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. There's Rushville City.
Rushville Township.
Rushville
Yeah.
Township.
Yeah.
All right.
Rushville Township, I think, has a 1978.
How much township
Chevy.
is there outside Rushville?
Bones probably lives in the township and not in city
Well,
limits.
because Newcastle, the township,
Henry.
they contract out their fire service to the fire department to Newcastle. So I don't think there's that much. I think it's been a while since I looked at the map. But
Westwood.
it's like,
All of Westwood is the township.
yeah, but then there's like little
White
chunks here
Estates
and
is
there.
the township.
Well, that's you can see you can play football with somebody in Newcastle from your neighborhood. So
It's a
contiguous
from my house
neighborhood.
to the city limits is a pitching wedge.
Well, it
Not the same
depends.
for me.
If the roads were better, it'd be a putter. But
It's a big crown on the road, man. You'd have to
Or all the holes they dig because the water main breaks. But
Sorry, we're back on subject.
I lost track. So you got into this because of the family connection, I'm
Yeah.
sure. Is it mostly generational, or what's the makeup of the department? 'Cause
Yeah,
I'm picturing if 22 people, you got a lot of family members, and
Yeah.
it's probably the same families that show up all the time.
It is.
You probably are trying to recruit and find people
Yes.
to continue to add to. I guess there's probably a bunch of guys that aren't on the south end of 60
Right. Yeah. There's it's a lot of
guys and girls.
public safety is family legacy. You know, you grow up around it. That's what you do. And I would say we have a lot that followed family history. So when it comes to the recruiting side, social media is huge now. I mean, everything's on social media. So, you know, what we're trying to start doing is really push out there like, hey, we're looking for volunteers. Are you interested in volunteering in your community? Apply, come talk to us. If it's not for you, it's not for you. But at least come give it a shot. Because eventually sometimes family legacies die. You know, they don't. Someone goes a different route, or they don't have kids and they don't have someone that follows up with it. So when it comes to the recruitment side, man, it is hard, especially right now, especially with just volunteerism. It's just not the same. It's not the same. And I can remember as a kid, you know, they get a run on the interstate, they'd have 3 trucks full roll out the door, you know, and that was everyone, but everyone also worked for the town at that time, you know, and they could leave work to go on runs, and you know, it's just not that way anymore.
Well, let's use an example. Your day job has you in Johnson County, so
Right.
you're not around
Right.
to deal with that. But when you are around, how many runs? Do you know how many runs you did last year?
Last year we did 500.
You
Last year I did 120 runs.
made 20% of the runs, and
Yeah.
you're not even you're gone a lot of the time.
Yeah. I made 120 runs last year. And that's what makes it hard. Like during the day, you know, people that don't, because I worked at 24 on, 48 off. So I'm home for 2 days. But the people that don't, you know, they work that 9 to 5 schedule. They're not home during the day, you know, so they gotta make up their runs in the afternoon time and stuff like that. So during the day, it could be 1 or 2 people going. And if it's a house fire and you have 1 or 2 people, you better hope you have good mutual aid coming in, because it's a fire. You make or break a fire in the first 10 minutes. You either get water on the fire and knock it down, or you're stalling, and it's going to be a long day for you, or a long night, depending on when the fire comes out. So, you know, recruitment side, you know, I think it's super great that we have the career center here doing the fire rescue stuff. We have some Knightstown kids in that that are interested in being firemen. They want to be full-time firemen, and that's great. It's a great job. I've enjoyed it. I really do enjoy it. I can retire at 41. I say I'm going to. We'll see. But that's getting on as coming out of high school and starting to get experience. It helps build a resume. If you have interest in it, even if you don't have interest in fire, but EMS, 90% of what we do is EMS runs. People don't realize that. You think at the fire department, they're going on fires.
There aren't a lot of fires.
There's not a lot of fires, man.
Knock on wood.
Knock on wood. We'll probably have something burn tonight. But 90%
Thanks, Bones.
of we'll call for the ladder truck to come
Put it
down
out there.
But 90% of what we do is
Go
EMS.
get a shot of Malort for that.
Yeah. Yeah, I better be ready. 90% of what we do is EMS, it really is. And so it didn't used to be that way. It used to be the fire department went on fires, wrecks, and cardiac arrest. That's about it. And now it's changed, we go on everything. So even if you don't necessarily have that interest in fighting fire, but you have interest in medicine, there's so many people that have become doctors, nurses, that started as EMTs, that started as volunteer firemen. It is a great way to get out and see people and start learning how to talk to patients, because it is, I'm telling you, when I did my clinicals through paramedic school, it is totally different standing in someone's house talking to them than it is in a hospital room in a controlled environment. You will become...
Their dog is barking at you. Somebody else is shouting the thing you don't need to know.
Weird smell coming from the other room.
Dude. Where you're standing in a ditch or sitting in the car upside down talking to somebody. It's a totally different environment that if you have any interest in public safety, there's even cops. I don't know why you would want to leave the fire department, be a cop, but whatever, love my,
that's a weird,
love my cops.
That's my other problem, Bones, is that I'm associated with sheriff's departments. They would never take me.
You
can't play on both sides of the fence.
Play blue line and red.
No, you got to pick a side.
You got to pick a flag.
It's like Knightstown Tri-High. You don't cross the boundary line, Rottinghouse, So, even if you have interest in any sort
what
of
middle
public
school
safety,
did you pull your fiance from? Was she a tri-girl?
Oh, no. She was in Newcastle.
All right.
Ugh,
Yeah.
See, you're
worse.
cross-pollinating. All right.
Yeah. So any interest in public safety, even talking to people, this is a great opportunity to get in, because you're gonna learn to talk to people. There's nothing worse than sitting there and like, well, I know you can't breathe, but I don't know what else to say to you. You've just gotta kind of
draw it out of them.
BS your way through it, even if you don't have anything else to say. Just talk to people. You'll learn a ton about yourself doing that.
Any community forward fundraisers you guys do? Potluck dinners, calendars, any of that crap?
We should do a calendar. We should do a calendar. That would be
You guys do a
excellent.
calendar, Boss Hog will buy a little ad in it.
Okay, deal. I'll bring that to the fire
You
chief.
bring that up.
He'll probably be happy about it. He's probably watching, shaking his head right now, saying, "You're fired," but it's all right.
You got
can't really fire somebody for volunteer.
You're right.
You got a dozen volunteer firemen for your calendar?
Yeah. Oh, I can find them. I'll get them. We'll start a workout program. We'll get everyone
You're gonna
ready
need
for
puppies
it,
in it, I think.
Yeah, we can get.
It'd be better if you
dogs.
don't work out. Just
Yeah,
let it as
dad
they
bods are the thing right now, dude.
Well, you're the Tough Mudder or something, right?
Yeah,
Or what-
we did Tough Mudder.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun. I'd do it again. Our big fundraiser we do every year is a golf outing. We have a golf outing. It's August, whenever Jubilee Days is. They've now made Jubilee Days the same time as the golf outing, and great. But it's gosh darn it, we want to be in the parade too. But we also have a golf outing, so that's our big fundraiser we do every year. Is our golf outing out Royal Highlands, and it's fun, man. We usually max out all teams, get a bunch of sponsors, and that's our big fundraiser that we do for kind of money raising. On top of that, we do get donations. The American Legion of Knightstown is great about donating and saying, hey, what can we buy for the fire department? How can we help support the fire department? So we do get that quite often. Every year we can usually count on the Legion, saying, hey, what can we get for you? Our big one is definitely the golf outing. It's a good time. They guys that put it together. Craig Ritchie is our golf outing chairman. He does a great job with it, and he's got a committee of guys that help run it.
Well, you've got our contact information. When it's time to advertise the golf outing, you tell us what it is, and we'll get the word out and help you put some teams together.
Yeah.
We're really
Bones-
looking for the calendars.
Bones is pretty excited about the calendar, and if you let him wear the UPS thing,
Yeah, we can put him in it, dude.
Mr. July.
I'll tell you what, we'll give him a
you wear
helmet.
the
Perfect
UPS.
birth
You
month.
wear the UPS.
You would love it.
You wear the UPS uniform in there, and
We'll give
Mason
him
will
a
buy a
helmet.
calendar.
We'll put a UPS logo on the helmet shield, dude. it'll sell out. He'll be a front cover of it.
He's a former golf course superintendent,
Oh,
so I feel like
perfect.
he would do well in your golf.
That'll be a
outing.
door prize, man.
You took a
We'll
pay
get
cut to
calendar
go
for
work
a
for
door
UPS.
No. No. Quite the opposite.
It's a union gig
So
over
he
there.
works for UPS.
driving the big
Where's our
brown truck.
Where's our equipment? Where's our packages, dude? Like, Jimmy,
You guys were volunteers and nobody
Ridiculous.
was there.
Gosh dang. Nobody was there.
We left at the police station.
We'll never get it.
Okay, never mind. Very good. I think we covered it all. Is there anything else on the fire department side you want to get to?
No,
We
man,
left out?
I mean, appreciate you having me and talking about it. I can talk forever.
Can I ask
so.
that one question?
Yeah.
Yeah. It says IE John Deere dealership. What happened there? What happened?
What's the problem?
I didn't know. It says IE John Deere dealership.
What?
Something
Oh, does that
happened at the
require
dealership.
different
John
equipment?
Deere dealership.
Equipment.
As in,
Like I
no.
I don't
So
know.
I was going to say the paddock, but it's not. It's now the
Yeah.
John Deere
Yeah,
dealership
paddock.
facility.
Tom's.
Right.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
been.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're saying.
Yeah. No,
Like
I'm
we
saying
had
for that
something
big
out
building.
there.
It was
Different.
in the show notes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
So I use the data center, but it's the same conversation
Oh,
about.
I thought you were saying something had happened there.
No,
Like something
no,
to do
no,
with
no,
pump
no,
truck or
Not
no.
yet.
Do you have the equipment? Like, say
Yeah.
you had, say that building's on fire.
No,
Right.
absolutely.
Well, you guys have to have specialized. That's a mutual aid. If,
Yeah,
if something's
yeah.
going there,
If
you're
if
calling
there's a
for
big
big.
fire. We're calling mutual aid. And what's different about there, people don't quite understand. Like they think fire hydrant. There's not fire hydrants outside.
Nope.
You're
So
hauling water.
You're
in.
hauling water. You set up.
Now
a portable
there will be
pool.
fire hydrants.
There
available.
will be. There
Once
will be.
once the data center is in, you'll
Yeah,
have water
we're
there, right?
looking forward to having the water out there because it makes operations go much smoother. Tanker shuttles, they work, but you're setting up a dunk tank like pretty much like your swimming pool. It's just not bleached white, but we're gonna have a big dunk tank out there.
That's a
and-
feature, not a bug.
And we're going to have to draft off of that. So we'll set up and basically pull a draft, and you got to keep that full. So we have there's going to be tankers coming like crazy. Anytime you get outside of anywhere that doesn't have hydrants, you're going to have to set up either a nursing operation where one truck sits there and someone
And you're
feeds
just filling
them,
into it.
and you just continue to just rotate.
How
the
big are
water
the
through.
tanker
You could go to
trucks?
the golf course and pump out the
So you
irrigation.
get a tanker
Yeah.
that has
Probably
anywhere.
not enough water there though.
No, I mean,
Surprised.
our tanker is 1,500 gallons.
How long does it take to fill it?
Pretty quick, man. It's got a big chute.
Yeah, I know I've seen
Big
the
chute,
chutes
you
that they
dump
fill them
it.
up with.
You can get a tanker. It's 1,500 gallons, or you can get one. it's
6,000. Yeah, 4,000 would be 32,000 pounds of
Yeah.
water. So 6,000 times 8, 48. Yeah, 6,000 would be a lot.
Yeah, yeah. So they'll just bring in tankers, and we'll just continue to dump into this tank and basically draft. It's almost like a straw, pulling it into the tank and into the pump, and we'll just continue to rotate through that. So they'll dump, they'll go fill up, they'll come back, they'll dump, come fill up, they'll go back, and there's just a line of tankers to dump water off. So that is a different challenge, getting outside of city limits or anything that doesn't have a hydrant, because you've got to deal with how am I going to get water supply? And then you've got to assign somebody to be in charge of the water supply. You have an incident commander, it's like, hey, I'm in command of the fire, but he can't manage the
He
fire.
needs a supply line.
Yeah, he needs somebody to help manage the water supply, because when you get into a big incident or even a working fire extrication, anything like that, someone's got to be in charge, but there's other pieces that happen. So it's, a unified command kind of, you have multiple people that are running different sectors. Like we get a fire or something like that, Newcastle comes down, they're going to be most likely assigned to be the EMS division or command, rehab, any injuries, any civilian or firefighter, pets, we'll pull pets out and take care of them too. They're not the top priority over life, but if life is out and we know there's pet, we're going to go look for it. We're going to try and get it. So there's a lot of moving parts that
That'll make Mason feel better.
you don't
Well,
see. I'll tell you, it's not like Chicago
They'll
fire.
rescue your dog.
Yeah, we'll get your dog. We'll get him.
They're all
You're
that
not
matter.
walking through a house yelling fire department call out.
No, man.
I
that
really
is-
wanted to do
that.
that.
Is
If one room
fake.
goes up at my house, the whole
That
place
is
is on
fake.
fire. It's that,
That is
small.
that is
so-
a great Chicago fire line. Fire department call out. No, I've never done that. I've never done that.
Damn it.
There it is so hot you don't even want to talk, man. You get in there, it is so hot. You don't want to. You're trying to get in and get out because gear's only rated for so long, and when it starts to fail, you're gonna feel it.
Very good. You're a big music guy too.
Oh yeah.
Last week, Bones discovered that I have very diverse musical knowledge.
Jesus. It's still mind
It's impressive.
Oh.
It's impressive.
Did you have Shaggy on your bingo card for Jeremiah?
I can see it. Yeah, dude, I'm not kidding you. His music and knowledge is pretty top tier. It's probably it's higher than mine, and I'm pretty up there. He pulls some
but there
shit
are
out of
some
his pockets.
ridiculous blind spots too,
There
though.
is.
Yeah. So at last week's show, I send in our thing to the Career Times, and every week, Travis Wyke, the editor, pulls pieces of what we send in, and all of a sudden and Shaggy is literally like
Just Shaggy. Yeah.
Shaggy. Because we were talking about the Boombastic Radio IndyCar. And that turned into a little mini segment on the show, and then next thing you know, it's in the paper as I was talking about Shaggy.
And it's something that'll live with me forever.
So, Kaleb, Mason obviously is a big music guy. Who's your go-to, like your weird surprise genre? The concert you'll go to, the thing that people are like, what the hell?
I have seen Hank Williams Jr. every year for 12 years now.
No kidding.
And the farthest I've gone, I drove down to Oklahoma at the Texas-Oklahoma border, and I would do it again. I'm getting ready to see him in a couple weeks in Michigan. He's going to be up there, and I'm going to go again to Cincinnati to see him. I will see him until he no longer
until
plays
he's no
music.
longer. It'd be
Until
like
he's
David
no
Allen
longer
Coe
doing
at
it.
87
Yes.
years old, going to a dive bar.
I will continue to go until
On
he
his
quits
scooter.
playing music. I will go until he's done.
I think
Alright.
it's closer. That's pretty close.
He is. He's getting there, but I'm telling
Will you move on to Hank 3?
Yeah, he's all right. He's all right. He's not as good as his dad, you know.
Well, neither is Hank.
He's
2.
all right. You're right. Hank Senior is
Those
very
are two
good.
polar opposite people, though.
But yeah, I love him. I mean, he still rocks it. I mean, I'm probably biased. You know, he'd say Luke Combs better than Hank Jr. I'd fight him right here in the studio over it, but we're not
Let's do
going
it.
to.
Let's
compare
do
the
it.
two. You
But-
cannot compare.
So you're at 12 for Hank Williams Jr.
Yep.
Mason, what's your Luke Combs count?
I went to show number 42 this last weekend.
Is there an act you've seen more than once, Zach?
No, I haven't seen 12 concerts like in my entire life. I just don't go that many. I haven't been to a concert in 30 years, probably.
I've seen Hank total over 12 years 26 times.
26 times.
26 times.
Yeah, I'd say, but that's the thing.
This-
Like, you guys grew up cruising Broad Street. We grew up going to Ruoff
True.
3 times a
True.
week. You know,
True.
for $20
I still
tickets
call it
and
clips.
clips. Yeah.
Deer Creek
Or
Verizon
Deer
Wireless
Creek,
Music
Verizon
Center
Deer
brought to you
Creek.
by
So that's
Ruoff.
like what we did in the summer. We're like,
Yeah.
oh hell, who's all going to Luke Bryan tonight?
Yeah.
You
Who's
all
going
grew
to-
up wealthy.
No, I don't think so.
Mr. Bones, is there a concert you've been to multiple times? What's your
Matthews Band.
number?
I've never seen Dave. We're gonna pop that cherry this year. I think I've seen Revivalists maybe 4 times and Dead and Company maybe 3 times.
All right. I'm like maybe 3. I have to really think about it, but I might have seen like Dwight Yoakam. I've seen at least twice, maybe 3 times. I've
I
seen
know for a
Garth
fact
twice.
Yeah,
I think I've seen Brad Paisley 3 times, but I don't have it. I think,
we've been to a few together.
yeah. But I don't have any that are like.
We got to experience Jimmy Buffett.
I catch a lot of people's last concert.
Yeah, you're really good at that.
think
We're-
I've seen-
or we
I think I've
just
seen
buy
Jimmy
tickets
twice.
and then
He's
they
like-
die.
Jeremiah's like the cat in the hospice sitter that comes in and sits down
Oh,
next to you.
dude,
and they know
I
you're-
am the Grim Reaper of concerts.
Tom Petty.
I
saw
caught Tom Petty's last concert, Jimmy Buffett's last concert in Indy.
And then we bought
I
tickets
was-
for Joe Diffie.
We had Joe Diffie, and he didn't make it through
and he
COVID.
did not live.
The
best replacement possible, though, came in his spot.
Sammy Kershaw
Sammy
replaced him, and
Kershaw.
he
There you
tried to die on
And
stage.
he literally sang
He-
3 songs
He
and said, I
couldn't
can't
make
do
it.
it
He
anymore.
fell out on us. And I was on my way to what turned out to be Chris Ledoux's final concert in Indianapolis. And I said, I'll catch him next year. And he died as I had car trouble
Don't
on
go to
I-70.
Hank. Do not go
So
to
let me
Hank.
know when we're going to go see Hank Jr.
When you
And-
think Hank should hang it up, invite Jeremiah.
Yeah.
hang
We
it
saw
up. They're
Brad
not.
Paisley during COVID in
Yeah.
the parking
I'm
lot.
going
Yeah, we
I'm
did
going to
that.
go mountain climbing with Hank and see how it
Yeah.
goes.
Yeah,
Fall
'cause-
down the Ajax
So we
Mountain.
saw Brad Paisley, and then, or was it John Party?
John Party the
John
first
Party,
night,
yeah.
then Brad the
and then
second
they were
night.
with us.
I went
with
the
me
next
and
night
Brad
for
Paisley.
Paisley.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
John Party sang like 5 songs, like too drunk, I can't sing anymore.
So, it was so quick, and
He
I
was
was
like
like,
fit in
on
with
and
this
off.
you know,
music.
like Ruoff's policy is they don't kick you out till 4 a.m. the next morning. Actually, I think it's later. I think it's 10 a.m. So these drive-in concerts, as soon as that show was over, go.
Yeah.
And we're sitting there trashed, like bad, because you could bring your own booze
Yeah.
to these. And I'm sitting there like,
Nope.
there's no way we are not leaving right now at no openers, nothing. Main act over at like what
9
o'clock.
9, dude. It was.
I'm like,
fast.
we're not leaving.
He sang literally
can't
4
leave.
songs.
Dead. It was horrendous. But
So you've gotten to know the rhythm of this Luke Combs deal. What was this concert tour called? The stadium tour?
the My Kind of Saturday Night Tour.
My Kind of Saturday Night Tour. How many cities did you visit?
9.
You went to 9.
I went to 9 different cities.
This started in March.
Started in March in Las Vegas and ended this last weekend in Toronto.
How many did you fly to?
Just Vegas.
So you drove to all of these
Drove to
other
every
concerts.
single one.
Did you make every concert?
I did not go to the weekend at Green Bay at Lambeau. Ray graduated with her master's degree. That holds a little bit. Held
Just
that a little
barely,
higher.
right?
That's why he's still engaged.
Yeah. No, very proud of her. She
Are
worked her
there
ass off.
any of these concerts you went to? You're like, man, I should have gone to this other thing, but I went anyway.
No, I
That was
really
the only
didn't have
one that
any,
was like the.
that was the only one that we had real legitimate plans for. The rest of them, nothing crazy.
So you go and you went to 9 concerts, 9 weekends. You
9
went to more than 9
weekends, yeah.
concerts. It's probably more
Yeah.
like
So
15.
9 weekends. I think it was 11 shows. I think.
Are you in a special club
Well-
to get your pit tickets for all of these damn things? Because you don't sit. You stand very close.
It's a whole experience, yeah. So there's no special ticket, and Luke makes his tickets pretty affordable anymore for a concert ticket in the pit. You know, you go see Morgan Wallen, and it's what $800 to be in the
Wazoo,
pit.
dude.
price
it's-
sticker price somewhere between $200 and $400 for one of these.
200 max.
All right.
Max. So-
There's no chance you're getting a chair thrown off the roof.
and you're not going to get hit by a falling chair. Yeah, no. So
Maybe a beer can.
no. There's no special ticket. Just buy a pit ticket, and then it's a whole thing there.
So-
waiting
so
in line way early.
over-
How early are you in line?
If we don't have any kind of access into the stadium early, it depends. We always scout the stadium out beforehand, the night before, and kind of know what gate we're lining up at, because there's certain gates that
Well,
they
do you
have
have
wristbands at.
do you ask questions to figure out what
Yeah,
gate they're going to go
absolutely.
in? You asking
Absolutely.
staff?
Oh,
You
not
asking around the stadium?
anyone who was going in where. I'm not worried about. I'm not that weird. But like, no, they always send out an email a couple days before. Hey, pit's going to enter at this gate or whatever. And each place has just an absolute downfall of how they do things. So that's always a curveball. Luckily, all these little curveballs somehow played in our favor every stop.
So you're going, and you're showing up 6 hours before the concert,
No, buddy, like 10, 12 hours.
12
before the
hours
show.
before the concert.
Yeah.
You bringing a folding chair?
Yeah.
You're tailgating it.
You're tailgating in line.
Is there
Yeah.
a little code amongst who was here so everybody knows where people were lined up, and then you can come and go?
Everybody, yeah. Once you're in line, nobody really is like, "Oh, you left your spot." No, it's not like that. Everyone's pretty chill.
How many of you are the same people?
How many did you see?
Just
the
like
same
our
people?
little group, really. What's that?
Did you see the same people at different shows?
Occasionally, yeah, you would find some people. Like up in Toronto, we knew some people there who have been to a few other shows this year.
It's got to be similar. You go to an IndyCar race, and there's like a half dozen to a dozen people that I can assure you will see
Yeah, absolutely.
every race I've been to. So I'm like, I don't even know them necessarily, and I don't know if they know me.
You
If they,
just see their face
if
and
they
you're like,
recognize me,
"I've
but
seen
I
their Facebook
recognize their
post."
faces. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that kind of goes along with my question. You have deadheads who follow the Grateful Dead around
Right.
for shows. You have parrot heads with Jimmy Buffett.
They would do little tattoos on their arms, or
Yeah,
right,
remember
right
they
on,
write
yeah,
their numbers.
yeah, your number
and
of
they drink the
times.
Jimmy juice.
Is there what are we calling Luke Combs fans?
I
Do
don't
we have
think
a Hank
there's-
Williams.
Your bootlickers, right?
Yeah, it's the Bootleggers is the fan club. but,
Leggers, not
like,
liquors.
Yeah, not liquors. Yeah, that's right. The Bootleggers is the fan club. It's a free fan club, but like we're not like the parrot heads or like I'm a deadhead or something like that.
Okay.
Like I'm not
Just
like,
curious.
I'm a bootlegger. No.
So you have had a tremendous ability to run into Luke Combs when you visit one of these concerts. There's 60,000 people going, but you get FaceTime. How is this happening all so often?
I think it's just kind of how humble the guy is. He's
It's like, God damn it, I gotta go see Mason again.
Yeah, and it could be that. It could absolutely be
I
that.
have seen this motherfucker twice.
So,
Maybe if I
yeah.
take one more picture, it'll
Um,
stop showing
They
up.
just stop coming. So our group's like known. We've got a few of us that just travel to shows, more some than others, and just because life, right? So and the whole team recognizes us, like it's because it's been a multiple year thing. Of our group, we've attended over like combined like almost 400 shows. So it's yeah, we just get recognized at that point. We know all the I'm going to say small. I'm not going to say their job's not important or anything, but like we know people from the bottom all the way to the top.
The lighting guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know the
camera
sound
guys,
techs.
the people, the guy, the world's so small. Las Vegas, the farthest show other than Montreal, which actually Vegas is still further. I look at Luke's video director's Instagram the next day because his story puts a story on. Who's in his picture? It's Stephen Bennett and Shane Osteen from Newcastle, Indiana, in Las Vegas at the Luke Combs concert. It's just a small world. Hutch, his video director, is from Brazil. Knows Andrew Bowman. Like, it's just wild how small the world is and the people you know. So we just, like I said, we know everyone from the bottom to the top. Get to know them.
So it's not just about going to the show; it's a family reunion.
Yeah,
on the
I
weekends.
mean, every time we see them, and it's always the same. Like, you guys again, like kind of thing. But it's all in play. Like they're all excited to see us. They've that whole team, Luke's team, has made memories that I will never find the words to explain.
So you got to do something really special at Toronto.
Yeah,
you were on the stage and backstage.
The whole show. It was absolutely insane. Never experienced it. Never would have asked for it or expected it at that. Anyways, it started out this stadium at Rogers Stadium. By the way, it's a temporary place. I think it's up for 4 or 5 years. It's an old airport there in Toronto. It's literally right on a runway.
This isn't the Rogers Center where the Blue Jays play.
No,
the old,
Rogers Stadium.
Yeah,
There's
is an
nothing
outdoor
there
stadium
other than music. It's set up like just a big stadium, but it's just a music venue. Temporary, windier than hell because there's nothing around. So, they still utilize the old perimeter gate like the old airport. So those gates open at 2:00. Then you have to go in, wait till 3:00 for actual gates, and then 5:00 to even go in the stadium.
You have to pass through TSA.
No. So it was just kind of a pain. And the perimeter gate, the closest one was, I think, like almost 2 kilometers. So that's
1.2 miles.
What is it?
A little over 1.2 miles.
Yeah. So from the gate to the stadium. So it was a little bit of a haul. It's not like you're running at any other stadium.
This is on foot?
On foot, yeah. And so we were kind of like, this sucks. Like, we're just not going to try today. So we literally got in line at 1:30 on Saturday or on Friday night. And somehow I managed to be first in the pit. I don't know. Just because, anyways.
How many women did you elbow out of the way, man?
None. So the group in front of us, there were 3 gates. The gate 3 was the closest to the pit entrance. And nobody knew to walk around to gate 3. They all just stayed at gate 1, which was completely on the other side of the stadium. So there were like 7 of us. And then those 7 were together. So they kept their tickets on one phone. So I just scanned my ticket and walked right in front of them and walked over to the pit. They were a little angry, but tough shit. Learn the process,
And then when they saw you go on stage, they're probably even more pissy.
Well, they probably weren't there Saturday night. Saturday was a whole different ball game. I got in line about 10:30 because I knew I did not want to be out there all day, especially after the issues I've been having. And I was like, yeah.
Have you tried prayer?
Yeah. Twice.
Check Patreon if you want the bloody details.
But and we just happened to get a message from somebody on Luke's team, and she's from Indiana too. And she's like, hey, Luke wants to get you guys in about 20 minutes before doors, and give you one of his custom trading cards because he's gotten into this collecting, obviously, trading cards and things like that. He had some custom cards.
So he knew you guys were there.
Yeah.
And wanted to hook y'all up.
Yeah. And so we got in, what we thought. The wind was so bad that they moved the first 2 opening acts out to the stage on the outside of the stadium, the tailgate stage. The bowl was supposed to open at 5. It got pushed to 5:45. They came and got us at 5:30, took us back. We met Luke. They're like, oh, we're going to push doors again. The doors didn't end up opening until 7. But so then it was just instantly, to Dirks Bentley, then Luke. And then, so we got back about 5:30, 5:35. So we were kind of freaking out. Like we only got 10 minutes before doors open. Turns out not till 7, but nobody knew. They always kept it hush hush. So we, after the whole Luke experience, like we traded, we had a couple cards for him. He gave us those 2 cards, and they're out of 100. So those are pretty cool to get because and he was like, I haven't given these out to anybody yet. You guys are the first 2. So that was cool.
Does he know he stole my look, by the way?
All the PFGs?
Yeah.
You're right. So we just sat in the pit for a while.
I've been dressing this way longer than he has.
You're right. You're right. So we were sitting in the pit for a while, and Jess came back, and she's like, have you guys been on the stage? And we're like, no, like it's just a stage. Like, okay. So she's like, well, when they let us onto the stage, because of the wind, I'll come get you and we'll go up. So she came up, and what we thought, we were told 6:45 again for doors. So she came up like 6:40. She goes, let's go check the stage out. I'm like, can we make it quick? Like, I want to make it back to the pit so we don't have to lose our spot. She's like, yeah. So we go up there, and Matt, his stage manager, goes, what are you guys doing? And he's like, why are you up here? And just like, Luke wants him to see the stage. And he goes, combs? She's like, yeah. And he goes, like, shit. Like, he's like, come here, boys. And he's like, I don't care that you're up here, but I also don't want you up here in case something happens. It's so windy. We're like, yeah, dude, that's fine with us. We want to get back to the pit so we don't lose our spot. He goes, I'll come get you after a bit. We'll do all kinds of things. Not thinking what it turns into. And we're sitting there in the pit, and about 10 minutes later, he comes up and he goes, come on, boys. I'm like, Matt, I appreciate it, man, but I don't want to lose our spot. Like, this is where we've been every show. It's our last one for the tour. We don't want to go anywhere. And he goes, what if you can watch a show from up here? I go, all night? He goes, all night. And I go, look at my buddy Shane. I go,
we're going.
Let's go. And so, like, we just went back, and Hutch, his video director, goes, come hang out with me for a bit while they get your passes. And so we're just sitting there in Video World in the AC watching right back there where, they're pushing all the buttons to put whatever on the screen and all that. And I said, Hutch, I saw what you guys had in catering tonight.
Your Instagram creeping on them?
Well, a bunch of people. Not creeping. They just put their stories on. I said, I saw what y'all had in catering tonight. He goes, yeah, it was damn good. I go, yeah. And so they bring our pass. He goes, oh, hell, they're giving you guys working passes. And he goes, those are like the next stop under like a laminate, like all access. You just don't have any escort privileges, basically. I go, oh, really? He goes, come on. And so we walk back to catering, and top sirloin, bacon wrapped filet mignon, king crab.
Here,
like, it's absolutely
hang on. Here's more random trivia for you. I'm a musical knowledge guy.
Yep.
I also know a bit about agriculture. 9-year 4-H'er. I came to this country too late to be a 10-year 4-H'er. You were in Canada.
Yep.
Do you know what sirloin can be in Canada?
Horse
meat.
I don't know. Didn't try it. Either way, it can be.
A tenderloin could be an Arabian, or it could be an Angus cow.
I'll tell you what.
It could have been either.
I pigged out on those king crab legs. Because the meat literally was like, I don't even know how to describe it. Like, it was
Well, it's king
thick.
crab legs. Yeah.
Huge.
Straight out of Lake Ontario.
Just huge. And it's like, okay. He's like, what do you guys want to do next? I'm like, I don't know. I've never been
my
back
first
here.
time
like,
here.
I was like, we'll just follow you. So like we went over to Speakeasy, and I didn't drink or anything. So I was like, and I was drinking Canada Dry in Canada the whole time. So like we watched the end of Dirk's set. We get off the stage to clean up, and then after the about 10 minutes before Luke comes on, we literally just stood on the stage the whole show. It was sweet. I mean, I can never find the words to literally like thank or describe the team or what that whole experience.
It's a spectacular experience.
It was fantastic. It's like I'll never have to go to a show again, because if you can't be there, then you just don't
say you can't you've been ruined.
You can't.
Glad the tour is over. Because you can't be a normal person now.
No, I can't go back to
when during the show did you do the stage selfie?
That was right before Luke came on. So Matt was like, "Come on," and we're like, "What?" And he's like, "Let's go get a picture." I'm like, "Okay."
What?
And it's wild to me because at every one of these shows they have VIPs and whatever. Like there were 4
Did you
Blue
wave
Jays.
to anybody that you recognize, like those faces? Did you
Well,
see everyone?
so-
Did you wave to any of them from the stage?
So we were on one side of the stage during Dirk's set, and my phone goes off, and it says WTF, and it's a picture of me and Shane in the back, and I'm
Behind
like,
Dirk's.
like literally like off to the side behind Dirk's, and they're like, "What?" Like I was like, I don't even know how to explain.
I
what
just replied
happened.
back. I work here now.
Yeah,
I was
gonna
like,
say, I got a job.
so-
You don't want to know what I did to get
Yeah.
back here.
So it was crazy, and it was wild because like we had some Blue Jays players behind us that night, and they really didn't even watch the show. No, we were there the whole time. Not a whole bunch of people, like literally never anyone behind us until maybe the last 2 or 3 songs, showing face when Luke comes off the stage, kind of thing.
They weren't
But-
there for the music. They just
No,
wanted to be there
I
for
mean-
him.
Yeah.
So how I know Garth Brooks, they have, because you and I did a lot of Garth Brooks stuff together, or attempted to, but COVID
Yeah.
canceled us 300
COVID
times.
or rain.
I was I am me going to concerts is like just it's a 25% chance it happens if I have tickets to a concert.
Something happens.
Horrific rain, global pandemic, whatever. It just gets in the way.
Or a person dies.
Or
Yeah.
or it's their last concert. So Garth would take requests. You went to 15 concerts in 3 months. Was it the same set list every damn time, or did they mix it up? Because you
It
got to
got
be like,
mixed
oh,
up.
yeah, it's gonna hear this song again.
There's new music out right now. He's got a new album out. So it was I'd say for the most part did stay the same. There were some new songs thrown in there. It kind of switched after about 3 weeks on tour. The first set list was completely different than the rest of the tour. So like a lot of the new music got thrown in. But yeah,
You do
For
any
the most
covers?
no. Fast Car. I mean,
that's his song now too.
Yeah.
Bad, it's
Yeah.
bad cover anyways.
I think it.
You're such an angry bitch.
He doesn't hold a candle to Tracy. Sorry.
No,
Tracy
no,
did it so much better than Luke did.
I don't
Tracy did
disagree.
it with him. I think
Yeah, and
she
Tracy-
embraced it very much.
Outshined him big time.
It's her first public appearance in 30 years. So yeah, I mean, for the most part, the set list was about the same, except Friday, Saturday night, those switched up, being back-to-back nights. But
So I was, but for the grace of God, not born in Canada, right?
Thank God.
A couple miles away from being a Canadian. But my passport says New York State. Montreal is a little about an hour and a half away from my original hometown. What is your big quarrel with Montreal?
you go to Canada, you're out of the country. You go to Montreal, and you're not in Canada anymore.
It is France. Practice
It's
France.
practice, yeah, practice France. There's no lanes in the road, so it's just a mess.
It is a massive city.
It's huge.
It's just traffic, and it is like going to, it's like New York City. It's massive.
It's
Just a
pretty
free-for-all?
bunch of one ways, bunch of garbage on the streets. It's almost like New Orleans.
I loved Montreal.
I think it
My
depends
one
on
day I
what
get to
side
spend
you
there.
go to. We'd never cross the. Well, if you cross the river, you're back in the States.
No.
Okay, so
No, you're way north of America at that point.
okay, well, we never went on to the opposite side of the St. Lawrence. Then, I guess the side we were already on.
I mean, the concert was on an island. You were on. There are
Yeah.
like 2 islands inside of the river.
Park
And
John Drapeau. I don't
You
know how
were
to say
right
it.
next to the Formula One track.
Right next to it. That was the next island over.
Yeah.
And that's where the casino and Formula One on this one had the Six Flags, had the biosphere or whatever.
Formula One should be coming in I guess it was Memorial Day
It
weekend.
was. Yeah.
Okay.
So it had you missed it by like a week.
Well, I'll tell you what,
Or 2 weeks.
that city's interesting. Yeah.
Just say it.
They get so angry when you ask them to speak English. Of course, you go somewhere, you want to try these places you can't have at home. So we just tried like a Canadian fast food. No, not Tim Hortons. It was called Le Petit Quebec. Okay. So what's that mean? Cute Quebec or something? I don't know.
A little bit of Quebec.
And
Quebec. Yeah.
Quebec. I don't know. So it's just burgers, fries, pogos. You know what a pogo is? It's a corn dog, pogos, and poutine. Putin. Anyways, so it's kind of like cafeteria style where like you pull your tray and they throw it on there and you just keep going. So we go up and she's switching the paper in the receipt and she, goes on in French, and Ray looks at her and goes, And she says it again. And Ray goes, I speak English. And the lady just starts cracking up. And she goes, oh, I was saying I was putting more receipt paper in. Give me a minute. And she goes, I would have never known that. And she goes, now that I hear you talk, I definitely know you're not from here. I'm like, oh, we have accents?
You know what? You should honestly be impressed, though, that they could tell you're American by looking at you.
Oh.
Because they say if you go to Europe that they can spot Americans from a mile away.
Oh, no, they could. They told us that at the show and like, oh, yeah, we know you're from
the
States.
I mean, that lady couldn't, though.
That's true.
So you should be proud of that because any other country, they tell you they can spot Americans from a mile away.
Yeah. So Montreal is just, Toronto wasn't awful. Well, didn't really do a lot.
You didn't get to old Montreal though.
No.
Like the old part of the city.
I'll tell you what, it downpoured on Friday night in Montreal. So I had to buy new shoes. So we had to go downtown to buy to some French, but it means the running room. And they just had Brooks, the running shoes. And then we went to a little bakery and that's about it. We ate Tim Hortons about 3 times.
Was it Le Petit Bakery?
I don't know. I don't even remember what it was
can't
called.
really draw.
I
can tell you.
I think that
it's
if
not
you
worth
had
it.
let me shepherd you through, you would have had
I'm
an
not
amazing
a
time.
kind of guy.
It's not that. It's
This is Montreal. Montreal's like going to Europe.
It's the food. Yeah.
The food.
Like
It's
the
like
food
the-
and the
the party
cobblestone,
scene.
all of
and
the
the
things.
air tags they put in your car.
Yeah, I don't know how you did that, man. That part's
Their
crazy.
Walmarts close at 9.
You got to
and
go to
they
the
take
Canadian
you-
Tire.
Can you imagine though how
I went to a Canadian Tire.
It's like Rural King,
it's
but with hockey equipment.
and I think it's more closer to an Ace.
No, man. At least the one I went to. I went to one in Halifax,
Okay.
Nova Scotia. It was like a Rural King
The Canadian
slash
Tire
Walmart
here, though,
slash Costco.
was in the mall. It was in the mall, and there was a Walmart in there. There was a Canadian Tire. There was a bakery. It was just like a wild because I went in there to get a grabbing tool so I can pull an air tag out from the
how
vehicle.
pissy do you think they are? The air tagged the car and end up in Spiceland.
Well, that's my thing.
They're
So on
all-
those air
'cause they
tags,
probably
Furious.
they
Well,
probably
but-
had no idea that they're like,
Well, they
oh,
look
we
at
got
the license plate and they're like, God, this is kind of far, guys. Like,
Yeah.
where the hell is
Not
Indiana?
worth it.
So
Yeah.
we went through and like I told security or I told the front desk at the hotel and I'm like, hey, we got air tag. I'm like, oh no, call the police. Like, what are they gonna do?
How did you know it happened? Does
So-
your phone tell you that an air tag's
Yes,
following you?
If you
Yeah,
have
they
an
had
air
to
tag
start
following
doing
you,
that, yeah.
And so it lets you play the sound too. And Ray was in the car because she didn't want to wait in line, and I don't blame her. And she's like, this just popped up on my phone. And I was like, well, play the sound. She goes, oh, it's in the car next to me. I'm like, okay, so I don't think anything of it. I go take my chairs back to the car. And I go, hey, why don't you play that sound? I was like, did you? Well, she didn't say that, actually. I go, where was that air tag? She goes, it was in the car next to me. I could hear it. I go, okay. I said, will you play it? I want to hear it. I said, that's got to be pretty freaking loud if you can hear it in the car next to you and you're inside the car. She plays it and I go, Ray, that's not in her car. That's in your car. And I found it. They put it right inside the grill in the Honda emblem. And so I go, boom, and I knock it out and bang, I hear it hit the pan. I'm like, okay, well, I can pop the pan off. No, she's got too new of a car. It has 2 pans. It has the plastic, protector, and then it has a bolted in metal pan. So I'm like, okay, there's no way I'm getting this. So then we ended up finding it. I know where it's at, but once you play that sound, I think it notifies whoever owns the AirTag, hey, somebody's played the sound on it.
They're on to you.
They're on to you. So after a couple hours, her car, fancy, you can set a geo fence, and once it leaves that geo fence, you're alerted. And if you set it up right, you can have the authorities alerted too. So I said, just do that. There's literally nothing we can do about it. And we were just parked right there at the park.
They steal it, you just fly home.
Yeah, without a car. But then finally it stopped letting her actually play the sound. They had deactivated the AirTag, is what the conclusion we came
Does it
to.
eventually just go dead though?
Oh, it takes
It takes a
forever.
long
it's
I
a
think
long
they
time.
take
The battery,
forever.
the
Even
battery and
even-
AirTag will last like damn near a year or two.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've never dealt with them.
So I've got to get under there.
I did hear. I mean, I have heard that if you have one in a vehicle and it just pops up your phone, like, hey, suddenly there's an AirTag around, and it's straight up stalker.
Yeah, and that's what
like
it's
fight
it's a big
stalkers.
thing in Montreal. Come to find out, like they're like, yeah, that's how they steal the cars here. And so we went through all the footage at the hotel. Like I literally sat there and watched it with them. And they're like, there's nobody touched your car. I'm like, well, then it couldn't have been here. And I go up to the room and I'm like, well, I just watched 4 hours of what feels like 4 hours of video footage. Nobody ever touched our car. And I go, so it had to happen at Walmart. And Ray goes, oh, wait, there was a suspicious looking guy at Walmart standing by my car who got in a car and drove off as soon as we came out by our car. I go, that would have been kind of nice to know. But needless to say, nothing happened. We're in the clear unless they want to drive 13 hours to come take a Honda CRV, which is parked by my cameras. So
That'd be brave.
that'd be pretty brave.
If they're
especially-
watching Boss Hog, you loonies and toonies, come get it.
Yeah. Come and get it. Come get it. Yeah.
We will call the Wayne Township Fire Department, and they will bring their truck full of tools, and there will be nothing left.
You'll be gone.
So
They'll find
that
new
was-
and exciting ways to use
Those
the jaws
find
of
out
life.
the car's now in America, and the only socket that we use this metric here is 9mm. That's just don't worry about that.
So that was kind of just Montreal in a nutshell. It was okay. I mean, I have no desire to go back. But got to use my passport. Got to get questioned at the border.
How rough was it coming back?
It was fine.
It's harder to come back into America than it is to get
Uh,
into
I mean,
Canada.
I've heard of like people having. I have a drone, and like so I'm in like some drone forums, and there's some people you're allowed to come to and from Canada with a drone, but some places they've come in at Detroit, and I was like, "Yep, I'll take that," and they just take it, and you
Well,
can't get
if
them
you
back.
don't say you have it, then
I think they declared. I think they just get a guy. It's kind of like TSA.
if
It's
you
like if you
declare
get the wrong
something,
guy,
they kind
then-
of just look at it anyways.
Dude,
really?
I went in the last time I drove in because we go to Canada every couple of years just for whatever day trip tourism.
Yeah.
We'll be on the border. We'll be in Sault Ste. Marie, or we'll go over to Windsor or Niagara Falls or Montreal. I drove over and they're like, "Get any alcohol or anything?" I'm like, "Yeah, I got a case of beer in a cooler." Whatever, no big deal.
Yeah.
They do ask you if you've been fingerprinted. They're trying to figure out if Americans bringing guns in or not. That's what they're really worried
Yeah.
about.
because Trudeau
that's-
already took all theirs before he resigned.
they're more worried about the weaponry than anything else. And if you've got a plan, or if like they don't want you just showing up and staying, so they want to make sure you've got a place
Yeah,
to
they
go.
kind
Or
of just
that
ask
you're
you
not gonna be
like,
around.
"Hey, why are you coming? How long are you going to be here? You have anything in the vehicle I need to know about?"
I figure it's worse to come back in the United States. than
Coming
it is to
back,
go to
I mean,
Canada.
the first time we did have a smart ass. Like I gave him my passport and like it was in a cover, but like very accessible. He goes, "I just need the ID." And like ID to me means my driver's license. So we all start whipping out our wallets with our IDs. And he goes, "No, just the passport." And I'm like, "It's right here." And he goes, "Just the passport." I go, "Oh, you don't want the cover? You could have said that. Like you could have asked me to take it out of the cover." Coming back, guy was kind of a smart ass because I've been driving for 13 hours or 10 hours at this point. And he goes, "Where are you coming from?" I go, "Where did we come from?" I go, "Oh,
Don't do that."
Montreal." He goes,
That's exactly the kind of
"Why
stuff that
were
gets
you there?" We were at a concert. "When did you come?" "Oh, we were here on Thursday. Just going home now." But then like my buddy Shane, he keeps his car a mess because he's lived out of it for the last couple months, basically going to shows. And this guy goes, "You bring anything back?" And you're like, "No." He goes, "Are you sure?" Like there's boxes and chairs and everything in the back of his CRV. Like seats are down, a fan, an oscillating fan. Like he's like, "Are you sure?" Like, "Yeah, dude, we don't have anything." Like literally. So he's like, okay.
Did you try any beaver tails while you're over there?
No, saw them. I can't eat that much. Those are huge.
You can share it with somebody. You
I
just gotta
gotta
try one.
I think I tried one actually. Because they're like what? Not that big.
Yeah.
They're not huge.
It's like a giant fried donut, and then they spread Nutella or whatever else on it.
yeah, or whatever. Different things. Mine, I don't think they called it a beaver tail, but it's what the beaver tails were. And it was kind of weird. It had chocolate, and I thought it was apples, but it was pears. It was delicious. It was so good, but it was pears. It wasn't apple. I figured that out after I took a bite, and then I looked at the sign because
It's not actual beaver.
No,
No.
it's a
No.
fried dough. It's like an elephant ear.
like a bear claw.
Yeah.
Like not actually a bear claw.
Yeah,
but
you just go to
similarly
Buc-ee's and get a beaver tail.
animal named. Why don't they have them there?
They do.
They do. They have.
I think they have something called the beaver tails
Is it like that?
or
though?
paddle tails, maybe.
I don't know.
I think it's beaver tail there. I can't remember, but it's kind of just like I don't know, almost like a
You're almost there.
monkey bread or something.
I'm on the internet just searching for beaver and hoping it's coming up the right thing. There we go.
Oh, there we go.
I pulled up. I got a picture for
Google
Bones over here.
There we go.
eating beaver tail.
Fresh Canadian beaver,
That's
moist.
a good looking beaver.
No, that was wrong. Just had it stuffed.
So, yeah, nothing crazy over there. Nothing worth me spending an extended amount of time.
Sarah and I, we were coming back from one of them, and she hadn't signed her passport and got chastised for not signing it. You have to sign it in ink.
Yeah.
And they don't like it if you haven't done that.
Did
You know-
chastise her? Or
you know,
the-
you can go across the border with
the government officials did.
Okay.
You can go across the border as long as you have just the real ID.
Nah, that depends upon the state and how you're doing it.
Oh, it doesn't?
Yeah.
So,
If you have an enhanced ID and you're from certain states, yes.
oh, okay.
I don't think your Indiana one would work,
No,
but I think if
probably
you
not.
live in
Like New
Michigan
York?
and New York,
Okay,
yes.
then that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, like people from who we know, they live in Messina. I think I've told you this before, or outside of Messina, anyways. And they're like, yeah, we don't even need a passport. Like, we just go across the border.
Yeah, but they probably had to present all the stuff to get a passport to get their driver's license.
They had to get the enhanced driver's license ahead of time.
Yeah, that's
And
probably
that
true.
sounds like it makes sense for 2 states in which I bet there are people that commute back and forth on
yeah
a
for
regular
work
basis.
and things like that.
I swear to God, this is enough Canada talk.
I
Hey,
don't disagree.
Knicks lead the NBA Finals 3-1. Historic, crazy ass comeback last night. My New York family was texting despondent at halftime, and now they lead 3-1 with Game 5 coming up. Are they going back to Texas now?
I
guess?
don't know. I don't pay attention.
For Game
to
5, they
NBA.
bounce back and forth.
But
So
here's the thing. Here's my only take on this. The only thing we're going to say on this. Then we're going to next subject. The Spurs need to forfeit, crown their ass, because that's what they're doing right now. So we don't have to live through the Knicks bullshit that's going to happen.
you don't enjoy Timothy Chalamet and
Spike
No.
Lee.
and Spike
this
Lee
is what
and
happens if the
Jerry,
look like
Jerry
it.
Stiller's son.
If the Cowboys won a Super Bowl again, we'd have to live through all the hoopla and bullshit. So just give them forfeit.
Well, the difference is the Knicks have a possibility of winning a championship. The Cowboys don't.
But we'll have to face this one day or another. The Cowboys will be able to do it.
Well, that's if the other
Before-
31 teams die.
Do you think Jerry Jones will ever own a Cowboys team that wins another Super
Yes.
Bowl?
Yes.
I do.
It's gonna have to be soon. He's a pretty old guy. I mean, he's a pretty old guy. But I mean, I'm kind of with Bones. I don't even pay attention, but man, Knicks fans will be insufferable. And
Yeah.
It's time for them to win one, man. It just is
It's
what
almost
it
like
is.
Hoosier fans.
Yes.
It's almost like when
Very
IU does
similar.
something for
Yeah.
once in their
Or
life.
Ohio State does.
or Ohio
something.
State.
Or Notre
I think
Dame
Ohio
does.
State's
Michigan.
worse than IU.
Mr. Bones, how's the old fantasy IndyCar team doing for you?
I'm 10th.
You're in 10th? All right. Gateway turnout okay?
Mm-hmm.
I had double points on Christian Rasmussen, and it went well. I think he got me at Gateway. He finished on the podium, which Oval's having podiums, whatever, but 352 points. Joseph Newgarden won the race. I stayed up until damn near 1 o'clock in the morning to watch the IndyCar race that was red flagged 3 times. It started off on Sunday night. Green flag, I think, was at 9 o'clock. It was supposed to be 9:30. The UFL playoff game ran over. So I think Fox actually picked up the broadcast 5 laps into the race. 3 red flags, but it's still a great race to watch.
1 o'clock's pretty late for you.
Yeah, Monday morning kind of sucked a little
Yeah.
bit. Zach, you gave up. Did you watch any of the race live?
I
or
watched
did
the
you-
beginning of it, and then like I've been running before work. 4:45 comes in a hurry,
Yeah.
and I have a job that where I have to be mentally functional. Like I can't just like float. And so I tapped out, and then about 10, and then my wife came in. She's like, "Well, they just red flagged it the first time." So I was convinced at that point. I was like, "It might be done." Like I don't know how committed they are to finishing this thing, but I was kind of like, I'll either hear about what happens. If it's really fascinating, I might go back and watch it. But they scheduled a race at 9 o'clock on Sunday, so
He's yawning now.
yeah, I knew. Yeah, I mean, it's been a long couple of weeks. So So,
You
yeah.
said this race is sold out, correct?
It was nearly sold out. Yes.
there's a whole they do a huge section of grandstands they don't open.
Yeah.
Huge. I can't remember. Jeremiah mentioned it in the chat, and I can't recall if for Worldwide Technology Raceway, there's the main grandstand on the front straightaway, and then they have this bizarrely huge grandstand in the turn 2 area. It looks like it might be double the height of the main grandstand. I don't think I've ever seen it open. So I don't think they don't use it. Matter of fact, I don't even understand. It's a really strange spot to put a huge grandstand. I'm kind of like, why is it down there? It almost looks like it should be like behind the drag strip, which is behind the front straightaway. But yeah, I don't think they open it up. I don't know when they use it.
I watched it till the Flames came and like 10 laps. And I was like,
So that's the first IndyCar race you abandoned on the season that you didn't make it through. No race this weekend. They mercifully have a week off, and they'll be at Road America, one of the prettiest race courses in all the land.
But they tested it. They tested at Road America.
Road America. Oh,
Like on
Kart Lake,
Tuesday.
Wisconsin.
So some of the teams had to take the cars directly from St. Louis and go up to Wisconsin, and then and some of the teams, some of them have their own, but convert them from oval to road course spec. Their schedule, by the way, I heard the schedule listening to a podcast today. Their schedule to finish up the season is absolutely brutal.
They added the Washington D.C. race, and now they're bouncing from coast to coast to coast in the last 3 weeks of the year.
Yeah,
I think that at one point they're in Portland, and they have to go all the way across the country to Washington D.C. and then I think to Nashville to finish up.
at the Oval in Nashville
At the Oval
now.
in Nashville, yeah.
That sucks now.
you posted something today, I believe, that there was going to have a race in Colombia.
So the
I was
Colombians,
all in on that.
the Colombians are pitching a street course race on the Caribbean Sea.
I would have gone.
That's a lot of cocaine.
Yes, it is.
I will have to get special permission from Mrs. Morrill to make that trip, Bones.
I'll ask her.
But
And the federal government.
if I can go, we'll do it. But I'm convinced that we will not come home with 4 kidneys amongst us after the
care.
trip.
I'm
Zach,
going
would you go to Colombia for an IndyCar weekend?
not unless somebody's chipping in on security. I want some like special ops guy
Just
down
looking
there just following us around.
Pure American. We'll bring Caleb. He's a trained fighter.
Just
Yeah,
like
we'll handle it.
armed, like an armored car.
We're going to need that fire truck.
We're gonna
They'll bring
we're gonna
valuables.
take the
Yeah.
fire truck full of tools.
You'll be on the one plane that has 6 people on it.
You
to
don't
Colombia.
think I'll stand out wearing an Alex Pillow DHL jersey in Colombia looking as pale as I do?
I can only. I mean, like to revisit a topic we had before. Like there's 6 to 10 people that you see at like every race, and there's more than that. But like there's certain core people that you see at every IndyCar race. Those people would be like absolutely shooting fish in a barrel in a foreign country. Like they're just Colombian.
They're going to get abducted.
Yes,
They're going to get abducted and then held for ransom. Be like, hey, Mr. Penske, do you want Maggie back?
Yeah. I was gonna say you're just gonna see like skid marks and just a big head of Will Power's head just laying on the ground, kind of torn up. And you're
Love
like,
you, Maggie. Love you, Jeff.
there she went. And I've seen Man on Fire. I know how ugly that stuff can get.
I think Colombia is a little safer than what we think.
I think I've heard it's actually really nice. And
I think the Caribbean Sea would be
that's
fine.
where Rossi went to a bachelor party in Colombia,
Yeah.
did he not? Yeah, not too long ago.
Yeah, in
So, but-
Medellin or
But
something.
that's one of those places though that you have to be like,
You got to stay in. I'm sure you have to stay in the right neighborhood.
you have to study up.
You don't go venturing
Yeah,
out.
you have to study
Yeah.
up, and you're kind
We're
of
not
you're
going
staying
inland.
in
We're
a
staying in
bubble.
the-
We're not
Yeah.
going to hiking in the woods.
We're staying in the
Yeah.
Caribbean. We are not looking for any white powder of any sort. We're not
No.
going
Yes, we are.
skiing.
Yes, we are.
You're definitely
retirement
not letting anybody else put anything near your luggage, or like, oh, can you wash this bag for me? Yes, sir. It's like, yeah, it's a little heavier now.
For an extra $1,000, you take this back.
Why is it so dusty?
You're changing planes in Miami. Will you just leave this
Just drop it.
at Carousel?
If you let us do a little surgical procedure on you here and in Miami, we'll give you an extra $5,000. Next thing you know, they're selling
think a
bags
kidney
of
stone
cocaine
with
in your
that.
hips. Yeah.
maybe that was implanted in you in Montreal.
What?
Yeah.
The stone from Patreon.
Oh, that's true.
World Cup. So I have Bones. You and I did. What's the name of the show?
Playbook.
The Playbook Podcast. It's a running bit now where I
It
ask
is,
you what the
yeah,
hell the name of the show is. Ian Southerland's show records in here a couple times a month, and we were on, and you were there for golf.
Mm-hmm.
I was there for moral support, and we talked through the World Cup stuff on their show. And I said, why the hell are we doing this? This is not what we do. We are not experts at soccer or football. They're football.
I
48.
did watch Ted Lasso though, so that kind of makes me an expert.
Yeah, I agree.
You just tried to download the Banter app, is what you did. Nope. Don't go any further. So 48 teams are here in North America. It's being hosted in Canada, Mexico, and the United States. And all of these teams are training. I think the first game is actually on the TV over Mason's shoulder today, where we have South Africa and Mexico playing, and the Mexicans are kicking the South Africans in pretty hard. So they're all training in America, and then they're going to sites that are in different places. So there's a hell of a lot of fans that are here to watch. They're the Mason Rottinghouses of the other part of the world. And they've come to America, and they're fully immersing themselves in our culture.
Something Mason did not do in Canada.
So they've flown
No.
in, and they brought all of their stuff. They're on TikTok, they're on the Twitter or the X or whatever social media channel you want. And it's been my entertainment this week. Have this content started to make your feeds?
Yes.
There's a dude named Freddie LA7 on Twitter that everybody's talking about. And he was at Auburn for a game, and they filled the Auburn football stadium for a friendly match. And the War Eagle flew around, and he got to experience an SEC football stadium for the first time. The governor of Alabama is like, you got to come back in the fall for a real game. Like they're tweeting back at him. And they're doing these road trips. So they're checking out the Waffle Houses. They're hitting up Walmart. Somebody was actually kayaking down the Chattahoochee River.
I bet some of them are being shocked by how big the country is.
Yeah, they're truly
They're like,
experiencing
we'll
America.
just drive from here to here, and they look, it can't be that far, and they realize that you have like 2 games in Texas and have like a day's drive.
And then their map says you're 600 miles, and they're like, "What the fuck is that?"
First of all, they don't even know what miles are. Yeah,
yeah. It's like,
So
how
that's a
far? That can't be bad.
that's a
And then
freedom
they
unit.
see 850 kilometers.
So
God.
these teams are training all over North America.
I know there's Kansas City's one of them.
So Algeria and Argentina are both in Kansas City. One's at the University of Kansas, and the other one's at the Sporting KC training facility.
And then is Arrowhead hosting?
Arrowhead's hosting, yes. Chechnya is in Dallas. Spain is in Chattanooga at Baylor schools. There's a bunch of folks that are hanging out there.
Went to Spokane. They've got to be freezing.
The Iranians are in Tijuana. That's where their training facility is. So
That kinda
that is
makes
home
sense.
base for the next 6 weeks. Some of the other fun ones.
Norway's in North Carolina. They got to be there.
Yeah, they did kind of, man. They really jacked some of these countries up on where they shipped them to.
Well, it's all
I think
planned.
they chose where they want to be. Uruguay is in Cancun, so they're fine. Switzerland is in San Diego. Senegal is at Rutgers in New Jersey.
Scotland's in Charlotte. That's a totally different.
Is that where are they playing at Bank of America there, or is it?
I'm not sure
Charlotte?
about the sites. And somebody was in Columbus, Ohio. Trying to find that one. Ecuador is at the Columbus Crew Training Facility in Columbus. So they're only 2 hours away from us. People are talking about diners. Somebody said that they had the best meal of their life at a diner in Fort Wayne.
I bet they did. I mean, like, honestly,
What the hell?
A good diner. yeah, but
They've never had a
Okay.
pork tenderloin
Yeah,
before.
and
They
all-
don't know what biscuits and gravy are.
all-
They're fully immersing themselves in
and
America for
obviously
the next 6 weeks.
there's countries that are also not from Europe. European breakfast is for the most part like rolls, like hard rolls and a croissant, not a croissant sandwich, just a croissant,
No, you didn't say
And-
that.
and, like,
It's
lukewarm.
sandwich.
whatever, lukewarm
Burger
water,
King.
like without ice. So for some of these people coming to America is an absolute culture shock.
You say without ice. You know what they don't do in Canada is put ice in their root beer.
Or but they do in other
yeah.
beverages.
I
Yeah,
think we might be the only country that actually puts ice in.
In beverages for the most part,
they
yeah,
put
we're
ice
really
in their
hard.
soft drinks.
Oh,
That's
okay.
fine. Root beer, whole different
No.
ballgame. We got a McDonald's everywhere. You know what Canada has everywhere other than Tim Hortons? A&W. A&W is everywhere.
Is
A&W
it served
stuff.
cold though?
No, I mean it's cool.
Are they serving like chicken and like a normal A&W here?
Yeah, for the most part. They don't serve
A&W
root beer
chicken's
floats.
good.
You can get root beer float at A&W. No, God, you don't put anything in root beer in Canada. That gets rid of the flavor. That's what they said. That's why we don't put ice in our root beer. We don't want it to dilute the
You
flavor.
went to judgmental Canada, man. You
I-
did. You were in judgy Canada.
Yeah.
I think it's fun. I'm excited that these guys are here. We were opining that maybe my theory was that a European team would not win because of the heat and humidity. I think either a North American, but probably most likely a
Where's
South
the
American team.
championship played?
MetLife.
MetLife Stadium, but they
Oh,
took
no,
the
no,
name off of it.
Yeah, it's not really MetLife.
New Jersey
Yeah.
Stadium.
Yeah.
Oh, they
didn't
lost the
pay-
sponsor.
No, they
No,
didn't pay.
couldn't.
They didn't pay
MetLife had to
FIFA
take
enough.
it down.
FIFA has taken every stadium is renamed to the city name. So the Dallas AT&T Stadium, all the signage is off, and they're playing at Irving Stadium.
They
Los
literally
Angeles
took
Stadium.
the signage
All the
off.
signage is off
So
the buildings.
AT&T and Jerry's World had to come down, and that's just Irving.
Irving Stadium. All of these are
Wild.
stripped of their. Yeah,
I would love
very
to-
odd.
I'm assuming. I wonder if it was an option.
I feel like we're
If
living in
you
a video
paid,
game.
if you paid the FIA enough, or the
FIA.
FIFA, I messed up.
Different.
FIFA, if you pay
different
FIFA
mafia.
enough, if they would allow you to keep it, and if that was an option or not, and if it was, what was the number? Because
Absurd.
FIFA is like the FIA or like the Olympic Association. They're known to be like as corrupt as all get out and just greedy. So I'm really curious as if it was a numbers game or if they just said, this is too much. We have too many partners internationally to have AT&T on something. We just strip everything off.
Rahm Emanuel, who was the mayor of Chicago, and he was, I think, he's chief of staff in the Obama administration. His brother's Ario Emanuel, who is like if you watched Entourage, who Ari was based after, right? He was a sports agent. Rahm Emanuel said that FIFA came to them in Chicago and said, hey, we want everything. This is why there are no games in Chicago. They said, we want you to charge no taxes to our people. You will get no gate fees. You will do nothing. You're going to give us the stadiums and you're going to get nothing out of it. He's like, we're not doing that to our taxpayers. You're not going to do that. So most of these communities, FIFA just basically is just coming in for nothing and they're taking everything. They jacked up the price. The train line that goes from New York out to the stadium. It's no longer. It's not. It was supposed to be originally. It's like an $8 fare to go from the city. And they were going to take it up to like $160 to go one way. And I think they settled on like $75. But FIFA just completely bent everybody over and said, if you're coming, this is how you're doing it.
Okay, basically,
it's the fee you're going to pay.
Unless the sponsor is an official FIFA sponsor, they have to strip them off every venue. There are no logos in the building.
I bet Coke
Period.
is.
Coke is an official sponsor. Like Coke and Adidas and some of the other ones. But yeah.
That is wild.
Look at where Iraq is.
And
Bones.
they're not paying.
Wow.
You don't think they're paying these stadiums to host?
I don't think at least they're not paying any of the ticket taxes and stuff. That was the deal they were trying to cut with Chicago, and Chicago said F off.
No, Chicago can't even keep the Bears. So
yeah, the gummy bears. Yeah, Iraq is at the Greenbrier County
Sports Center. Greenbrier County.
It's the country club.
They're at the Greenbrier?
Yeah.
They put Iraq in the facility where
In
you used
West
to have
Virginia.
a
There's a
bunker
bunker.
for Congress under it?
Yeah. That's where Iraq
That
is
is
at.
wild. That's like stationing him at NORAD.
Yep. Yeah, Spain and Chattanooga
Are they in the
is the
resort?
best one.
Are they in the resort or are they in the bunker?
Egypt is at Gonzaga.
I saw that the first Somalian official, FIFA official,
The referee
the referee, he was
denied.
in Miami, I think.
They wouldn't let him in the country.
They wouldn't let him in the
That's
country and
horrible.
told him to go back. Actually, they did not even send him back to Somalia. They sent him back to Turkey where his layover was.
Good luck.
Yeah.
And they interrogated him for over
Colombia's
20
that good.
hours. 20
He's an
hours.
official.
My pick.
And
Colombia's in
is literally
Guadalajara.
showing them everything, and it hasn't come out as to why but yeah, for 20 hours they interrogated this guy, and he literally is like, I'm meeting my team for training. I'm here to officiate the FIFA World Cup, and he was literally voted the continent's best soccer official, and they told him no after 20 hours being interrogated.
I'm looking forward to it. I know the story is going to be great. I think on the show last Monday, I picked Mexico as my guess. Do you guys have any guesses for which team is going to win?
USA.
You're going America?
Yeah, I don't know anyone else.
All right.
Do I just name a country and they have a soccer team?
Basically.
Okay. Give me a second.
All right. Zach, you got any ideas? You want to give us a World Cup prediction?
I have no idea, but I believe that the defending World Cup champs are Argentina.
They are.
Yeah, that adds up.
So they've got Messi.
Yeah.
I'm Googling all this fun stuff. FIFA rents the stadiums for a flat fee.
Okay.
And the cities usually spend between $100 and $200 million hosting.
Spend?
Yes. I think it's like the Olympics. It costs.
Yeah.
You're hoping to make
Toronto's hosting this week too. So we got a little bit
I
of
bet
people.
it's a lot like the Olympics, actually, just on a larger scale.
Mr. Bones, who did you pick on Monday night for your winner?
USA, but my dark horse and my love will be Colombia.
We're gonna put Colombia down here. So
Greatest post-tournament celebration ever.
Oh, for for sure.
Live
He'll
like
go
just a
on
little,
for
just a
days.
little bump of fun. Caleb, you want in on the
Yeah.
big picks?
You say Iraq was
Iraq is there.
I'm going Iraq. I'm going Iraq.
All right, and boy, I wrote Adam and Bones. Mason, I need your selection.
I don't know.
Pick a country.
Wasn't France in it last year or last time? I think France was in it against Argentina, maybe.
France is a valid option
They're at Bentley University in
Where's-
Boston.
Where's Bentley University?
if you have to ask. You can't afford it.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever heard of Bentley University.
Ask someone else. You may know who that
Forrest
person
probably
is.
knows.
Yep. Forrest has 2 degrees from Bentley. Yeah, I'll go with France.
Because you learn so much in practice, France.
So
My favorite country that's in this that I'm like, how in the hell? Cabo Verde.
Yeah.
the salsa.
You would think.
Do you guys know anything about Cabo Verde?
Does verde mean green? Isn't that right?
Kind of.
Yes.
Pick me. Pick
Yeah, it
me,
does
I know.
actually in Italian, I believe.
Caleb, you got any guess?
I have no clue. I'm gonna vegetables. I'm going with vegetables.
All right, it's a country. It's a country.
Right.
All right, you don't know anything. You want to guess what continent they're on or what they're close to?
Africa.
No, I'm gonna say Saudi Arabia.
They're near Saudi Arabia. Zach, you got any guesses on Cabo Verde?
He's got a computer in front of him. That's not fair.
No, I've never heard of it.
Whips out longitude and latitude.
No,
Right there he goes.
no,
It's right
I wasn't
here.
Googling. I was just trying to find the full list. Man, so somewhere I'm gonna guess somewhere along the Gulf of Mexico or somewhere like that.
So Cabo Verde is it's a former Portuguese territory. So they speak Portuguese there, and it's off the west coast of Africa.
Bingo.
So kind of it's a little micronation. Yeah, the entire population
Like
of Cabo,
Montreal.
Cabo Verde is 490,000 people, so less than Indianapolis, and they're
And they qualified.
and they're
which is
they
impressive.
qualify, and they're a country in the World Cup.
You have to qualify? I thought everyone
Yeah.
just
Oh
got
yeah,
a shoe-in.
some countries. There's 48 teams. Some like I think Ireland. Didn't
Ireland was the big
qualify.
one that didn't make it.
Yeah.
Is it like a play-in or is it like
They have tournaments and matches leading up to it that you
Okay.
have to win to qualify.
That's
They
how much
play
I don't know.
They play for ties.
Until they get far enough in, then you got to win.
This is
Why
fun.
do we play for ties?
We
at
learned
all?
we learned last time that the last time this was held in America was 1994. You probably weren't around yet.
Neither one of us were.
You weren't around yet. My sister was born in 94 and Brazil won the last time it was in America, which goes back to
think
my
my
theory
sister
of
was
the
born in
humidity, the South American humidity.
Who won?
thing. Brazil.
Oh.
I got a shot with Colombia.
Yeah, I think you do. You got a puncher's chance.
Curacao.
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 Blue Curacao.
8-ball corner pocket.
Tunisia made it.
Curacao is an island nation just north of Venezuela that I was hoping to visit, but baby's coming, so I had to reschedule. Can't go. Mr. Mason, final thoughts.
Oh man. I didn't even think about final thoughts. Final thoughts. I'm 3 months away from my marriage. It's exciting.
I'm still a maybe on the RSVP
Yeah,
list.
I know.
I don't know how to answer.
I think
I got
have
an
a
in- I got
valid
an
reason.
invitation in the mail, and you're like, fill this out. And I'm like, dude, I'd
Very
love
valid.
to go. but
You
I don't
can
know
Go
when-
ahead and
I don't know-
RSVP. And
Can
then
I bring
we will-
Can I bring a week old baby to the thing?
I don't.
Are they going to
no,
charge
I
you
wouldn't-
for me
I
bringing
honestly,
an infant?
I honestly probably wouldn't let you. Like, I mean, I would let you personally come. I'm like, be home, stay with your child. You're not the only one that is expecting around that same time, so it's kind of a play by ear.
Bad timing on
Jeremiah's
my
not
part.
expecting, just to be clear.
Yeah,
I'm
well,
expecting to be
family.
told I'm supposed to be somewhere.
Yeah, I would say. Yeah, we get married in 3 months. Literally tomorrow is 3 months to the day.
You guys have been engaged for like a year.
We
and
had a pretty long
quarter.
engagement. We wanted to get married after she had finished her master's, so we're there.
She ready to
And
move into the house? She get excited?
Yeah, she's very excited to move in. Now that we're
You guys can
Yeah.
stop living in sin.
and yeah, I'm I'm excited. I was always one of those people who said, and Jeremiah can
I
vouch,
know.
I'm never getting married. I'm never having kids.
Not happening.
And I can't wait to have kids.
He's mini
I'm
van
so
shopping
excited.
already. He's going to be calling up
I'm so
John
ready to have
Phillips
kids.
over at Martin Honda.
Yeah, I'm so ready to have
Minivan.
like
You going
maybe two.
Honda Odyssey or Passport? SUV or minivan?
Grandma
he's a
has a
minivan.
Pilot. Grandma bought a brand new Pilot, so I think we can.
You're taking Grandma's Pilot.
Yeah, it's got third row.
All right.
That's why she bought it with that intention. So
My mother-in-law went out and bought a 7-passenger SUV immediately. She got the Hyundai.
yeah,
Zach, final thoughts?
I don't have much. And he probably won't ever listen to this because I don't tell the kids what I do outside of coaching. But I'll congratulate with Lucas Heaton from the track team, placed 4th in the state in his one and only year as a high jumper because he's graduating, going to Butler.
Wow, impressive.
He
To
I think
run track?
he did high jump like in 8th grade, I guess, and then didn't do anything for 3 years. And then one of our coaches was like, you should come try high jump. And he won every match or every meet he went to except for state.
You know, I tried high jump once.
Did you really?
And yeah.
What
Try
tendon
high.
did you
It's-
rip?
Yeah.
It's try high. It's very,
It's
very.
when you know,
look too clear.
you know, it's when you jump over something high, not when you jump while high.
Yeah. So try high is very slim pickings. You know, when it comes to.
I mean, he was our high jump team for the boys.
No,
but
absolutely.
He was.
And I tried high jump for not even. Well, I tell you what, we went into our first track meet in junior high, and I literally looked at the judge and I said, "Scratch me.
I'm out."
Scratch me. I'm not running. Scratch me." And he goes, "Are you sure?" I promise. And that's the only event on the actual track I did. I threw. But yeah, I tried high jump. That's one thing I was really bad at. Really bad.
It's like a technique
Like it
thing.
starts off at like what, 4 foot?
I
Couldn't
mean,
get over that.
I mean, that was the most impressive thing about him. Was the interesting thing about high jump is that in pole vault's the same way. And I don't know anything about those things, but they're amazing to watch. And then now Instagram shows me pole vault fails. There's a million ways to fail at pole vault, and it's pretty impressive. Like there's one today of a kid who hit the thing that holds up the bar. Like he just shot him off to the side. But you don't have to come in till you want to. Like, I mean, to win, you have to make a jump. But you don't, if they start at 4.5 feet, you don't have to start at 4.5 feet if that's like below you, or because you don't want to wear yourself
like
out.
you can just go, "Hey, start me at 5'6".
No, you just wait, and they start whatever they're starting at,
Oh,
and they say
okay.
who wants to go, and then those people jump, and then just weed people out. So like at one meet, the announcer is announcing, he's like, "Hey, we're down to 2, or down to 3, we're down to 2, or whatever," and Lucas hadn't jumped yet. He hadn't even started.
So he has all
So
3
everybody
attempts.
jumps. They're all down, and he's like, "I'll go," and he jumped one time and beat them all, and then he went up another 11 inches. So he won that meet. He won that meet by 11 inches. And I guess that the kid who won state did basically the same thing to everybody else. That almost everybody was out. It was down to the final 3 before he took one jump, and the kid that won would jump 7'4", and he looks like he's about 5'8" or 5'9". He does not look like a tall kid.
You know, I mean, it's the scrawny, lengthy guys
Yeah.
who can do that.
It's a crazy way to
I
jump.
don't even bend like that. Like,
But
there's no way.
Lucas is going to go. He's going to Butler, and so congratulations to him. It was just really cool to see. Like I had no idea how that sport works. I didn't help coach him or anything like that, but it was really cool to watch just somebody just jumping on activity. And it's like, oh, he's really good. Like his first weekend doing high jump, he was one of the top 4 jumpers in the state. So
That's sweet.
Yeah.
Kaleb, you're very popular in the comment section. A lot of fans of
Oh,
you.
yeah. Well, to my fans, hey, thanks for watching.
Dad.
Mom, dad, sister,
Mr. March.
yeah, pets, whatever. UFC 250 this weekend.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm
Is that
excited.
in Vegas? Is that
No,
McGregor?
It's on the
White
it's on the
House.
mall.
Oh, that's right. That's
on the
right.
lawn.
Next month is Vegas.
So
That's
looking
McGregor.
forward to watching Derek Lewis fight. Hope he wins and takes his pants off and says my balls was hot
I
again.
thought that was him.
Looking forward to that. I hope that pulling for Derek Lewis. First podcast, never been on one. It's much easier than talking on the news. So appreciate it. It was fun. Let's do it again.
You're welcome back anytime, man.
Do it again.
Quick side note: one of Luke's security guards, awesome guy. He's actually the elective sheriff of his county. Does Luke's security on the side.
Not very good if you
I'm
got
sure.
2 in.
I'm sure.
Well,
I'm
did
sure
you
his
know-
county is thrilled
Well,
that the guys
no,
in Montreal and
completely fine.
Toronto and unavailable to serve.
Completely fine. He's about to retire. But did you know, as the elected county or sheriff of your county, at least in the state of Ohio, you only have to be in office once every 90 days. That's
Sounds
weird.
right.
Wild. Anyways, but he is working with a unnamed, I don't think I can say it, unnamed UFC fighter this for the next 4 months.
Good for him.
Big time. And he told me, it's like, yeah, I'm pretty pumped for that. Like,
Yeah, that'd be cool.
really excited.
That'd be cool.
Think of the money he makes, like, as his side gig is
Doesn't
wild.
need a sheriff, dude.
Pretty decent.
Wild.
Lane Rust says he's a huge fan of Mason Rottinghouse, whoever the hell
Oh.
Lane Rust is.
Worthless.
Lane suffered through that muddy,
The Sammy Kershaw.
the muddy Sammy
The
Kershaw.
death of Joe Diffie.
Yeah,
Tracy Lawrence.
He was at that.
Yeah.
We got Colin Ray. Colin Ray spawned in out of nowhere.
For 2 songs.
Low Red Rodeo.
Yeah.
This has
Mr.
been
Browns.
90s country radio for 200.
There's been a death, by the way.
What?
The voice of the Grand Ole Opry.
Oh, Bill Cody.
Bill Cody
Rest
died.
in peace.
Anyway,
I'm going to end on that one then. Rest in peace, Bill Cody. I don't know who you are.
Wild guy. It was crazy. 67 years old, just out of nowhere, heart and kidney failure.
I heard 71.
No, 61, 67.
6, 7.
6,
Wow.
7.
Like you're all too old for this shit. Next week we'll be here on Thursday, and we will be joined by an old friend of the show, Lee Markham. So tune in on Thursday. We're gonna check in with Lee and his brand new business. Thank you all for being a part of the show. Remember, we live stream on Facebook and YouTube.
Smash that
And
like button.
yep, hit the bell. But honestly, the Patreon is what gets us on the air each and every week. So if you like the show, if you appreciate what you do, go over there, name any price you want, and we'll get you in the Facebook group added in. But trying to grow that as we continue to grow the show. We'll see you guys next week.